Hey everybody, and welcome this week to From Dust. If you're not familiar with this game, it's a godlike sandbox simulation where you play as a ball that controls all these physical elements of the earth, like the ground and the water and stuff. It's pretty fun. It's also pretty old though. It's from 2011, at least, was the Steam release. I originally, personally, had this on the Xbox 360 from the Xbox Arcade store back in the day, and I always thought it was pretty fun. So usually I'm quiet during these cutscenes. This one, however, they don't speak. I don't think it's a real language, but if it is, it's not English, so I'm not afraid to kind of talk during it. Again, this is a godlike game where you have to take care of your people and protect them from the elements of nature. I don't know. I always thought it was pretty fun, and I saw on the Steam summer sale this year, it was going for like $2 or $3 or something, and I was always a big fan of the arcade games from Steam that end up on Steam. There's a couple other ones too, the arcade games being from the Xbox Live Arcade way back in the day. I guess it's been a bit more modernized into the Xbox marketplace. But anyway, a lot of the old games are still there. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm sure this one probably still is. Anyway, there's the bunch of native people, and they've all got instruments around this ball, and the ball is you. And by playing these instruments, you can wake the ball up. Basically, your tribe story is that you were you're the descendants of a once great tribe, and they mastered the elements of the earth, but then they also disappeared, and again, you're what's left of them. So you summon this, I don't want to call it a god thing, because they don't treat it like a god, but it's like a spiritual protector that also happens to be like tangible and visible. You can see it, called the Breath, and that is us. That is who we play as. We're the little circular thing down there, and our goal on every map is to make it to that little headstone there, and we get at least 5 people there, and we win the game. This is just the tutorial here. You can zoom really in on your people to take a closer look at them, or you can zoom really out and get a idea of the map around you. You can also pick stuff up, which they apparently are going to let us do for the sake of the tutorial until I get hung up on this little water with which they cannot cross. I always liked the start of this game because I loved the fucking dark sky and the waves crashing on the shore, and these guys obviously made like a pretty conceited, like a pretty strong effort to get here. You know, it's like a big deal that they're here. You're their last kind of hope, and I don't know, I always thought that shit was cool. And like I said, they're coming up on this here. There's a lot of elements of the game that we can't interact with until we have to face them for the sake of the tutorial. And that includes like uplifting trees and stuff like that too. Yes, so they're stuck right now. They can't cross this ravine. And to help them, we can manipulate the environment. We can absorb matter, and then whenever we have it, we can put it back down in a way which we see fit. This of course gets much more complicated as our goals get more complicated, and it isn't simply just getting from point A to point B anymore. And I'm just kind of, putting some stuff down. I think they should be able to make it from there. You can see their predetermined path and whether or not they can make it there by these white lines. If they're obstructed by anything, they'll turn an orangish red. And you'll have to figure out what the problem is. More often than not, it's either water or lava. Sometimes it can be an issue of an elevation of the planes as well. Like if they can't cross it because one plane is much higher than the other one. And thus begins our journey of this game. I am going to be playing through the entire story, and I'm also going to be beating all of the challenge maps if you happen to be familiar with From Dust at all, so in the little time scrubber underneath, if you have an interest in one or the other, you can skip either, just pay attention to where the story is, or you can skip up to where the challenge maps are. The challenge maps are funner but way shorter than the average maps. I'm not going to be showing how to 100%, well, maybe that isn't quite right. I'm not going to show how to 100% every map. This first map is the most hospitable in my opinion, most friendly to new players, but it's also the hardest map to 100%. So what kind of is 100%ing? Well, to even complete a map, you have to guide your people to these totems that are spread out across the map. There's between 1 and 4 on every map. Once again, these guys are going to get hung up on some water here, so I can just go ahead and build them a little bridge. I didn't build it quite perfectly, but let me get some more sand, and I'll show you more or less what it means to 100%. So there are little things on the map that are vegetation, and they come up mostly whenever you finish building your villages, but they slowly grow vegetation across this barren land, and once they cover a portion of the land, then you win the 100%ing side of things, which you do need to do for all the maps in the game if you want to unlock all the challenges. I have an alternate save where I already have all the challenges unlocked. And again, so even though we got our first village done and, you know, like captured, built, whatever, we still can't leave because we have one more totem that we have to build yet. This one is inside of water though. So if we go over here, we can now pick up water for the sake of the game or whatever. I'm picking it all up, and there we go. Now we can start directing our people over here because they won't build if there's water around it. This becomes a lot more seeable, visible as the game sort of goes on, and you get to the segments of the game where you say you might have a village that's entirely under the water. These are also another thing that you need to collect for the sake of 100%ing the game. These are little, I don't know, maybe you call them supplementary totems. It only takes one person to capture them, but it unlocks a little storyline for your people. You basically spread the vegetation for the sake of the 100%, and then you also spread the or you collect all of the little mini totems for the storyline, and the vegetation is for the cut and dry extra levels. And it tells us again that we can add earth around palm trees to accelerate their growth. This map, this isn't really like a guide, but if you're struggling with this map, I'll show you a little tip for. I'll tell you what I can do. I'm going to direct my people over here to leave the map, and then I'll show you a little tip. Pick up a lot of dirt, right? And there are these water spouts, and if you clog them up with dirt, they won't make water anymore. So let's see if that was enough dirt. Okay, it seems like it was. And then after you have it clogged so that the people... Or so that the water doesn't mess with it anymore, you just build this little land bridge over here. And that doesn't quite get you up to 100%, but it'll get you pretty close. And then this guy interacting with the totem, you have to hit A on them after they've got the totem. And you can see up in the top left, we have a new story in geology. And that's the first map completed. That's the most hospitable, as I said, of all of the maps that you'll see here and From Dust. The other maps, some of them aren't so bad, some of them are actually pretty difficult. I have struggled on and off with certain maps of this game, even way back in the day, even to now, because again, I didn't want 100% because it is a very long and tedious process, but I did want the challenge maps available so that I could just play them. So I have played this in the last, I don't know, year or so. This is our first map that's actually pretty big and pretty intricate. This map also probably introduces us to powers, if I'm not mistaken, as well as natural elements of the earth that will be fighting against us as well. So if you notice me kind of moving while we're building villages, I'm usually building my way to other notable points that we'll be headed to. So like here's another stone, which I'll explain in a minute, and here's another village on the right. So, you know, if you think I'm just playing around instead of focusing on my village, that's probably what I'm doing, is getting these elements of the game to win. So it turns out one of our shamans has determined that there's going to be a tsunami soon, and we need the knowledge of repel water before the tsunami arrives. I think you might be able to get away in this mission if you tried really hard with just beating it really quickly, but that kind of takes the fun out of it, so we're not going to do that. This, as you might have guessed in the top left, is the repel water that they're talking about. I'll go ahead and send somebody over to start collecting it. I believe we have we don't have quite a straight path. That first land bridge that I built isn't quite ready for it. There we go. Hopefully that does it. Yeah, it's good. In the meantime, I'm also going to start building towards this other village. I don't think I'll have either A, enough time to build it, or B, the ability to get the knowledge of the repel water to it before the tsunami would hit. But I don't know, 3 minutes is a pretty generous amount of time compared to some of the other challenges in this game. So if we fill up this left side well enough, we should be able to get the village established at least. And you lose this game if at any time you have less than the number of people it takes to establish a village, and at the same time no villages. So let's say you're down to 7 people and you don't have a village, and then 3 of them drown. You only have 4 people left, and it takes 5 to make a village, and then you lose the game. Otherwise, it kind of goes on indefinitely. So if you're having trouble, or it looks like you might not have time, like you're going to lose a village. That'll happen to us a lot in this Let's Play, I think. You don't have to feel too bad about it other than the fact that they're dead, because you can just keep trying it, which is pretty much what I'm doing with this little totem here in the back. I guess they aren't introducing totem powers just yet, at least from what I'm able to see, which is fine. Now it's telling us that whenever we're near a man, we can zoom in on them. I showed that in the intro tutorial. Hopefully they won't show that on screen for too much longer. Also, of course, this is where we have to go to finish the game. So I'm going to go ahead and start draining some water from it. I think that maybe we will get access to a breath power, because I could not imagine that it's going to make me drain all this water, but I don't know. You never know. Because breath powers, which, you know, you probably aren't familiar with, I doubt very many people played this game. They give your breath, this thing that you're, oh, wait a second, oh, okay, so it's just letting us know that we've established the villages that we need to, and we can now go to leave. Half of the territory has been covered in vegetation, and that is when we get little monsters that show up on the village, but you can't interact with them, so don't worry. They don't hurt anything. They're just around. If I can see one, I'll be sure to show it off, but I'm trying to drain this real quick before I bother to do that. And again, our second village did get established, and you can see in the top left, right? The left village has the knowledge of water repellent because it's got a little blue circle around it, and the top village doesn't have any knowledge. Later in the game, when there's like knowledge of lava repellent and stuff like that, it helps you keep track of which villages have knowledge and which ones don't. And the reason that I'm not too worried about it, despite the fact the tsunami is coming in, is we have the we have a guy right there who is bringing knowledge to our village. He's not very far from it. So what is water repellent, and how could these people ever survive this big ass wave coming? Well, they play their instruments, and it basically acts as a literal water repellent. It just pushes it away, and they aren't able to, or the wave isn't able to knock down any of our buildings or our totem or our people. It keeps them safe. And again, you know, both of our villages are going to need this. This one in a much less capacity because, of course, as the tsunami breaks on the shore, it'll die down some, just kind of like real tsunamis. And it does look like some of it is going to get up in this little area up here, which I already cleared out, but it's not that big a deal. Yeah, see, it probably... you know what? I don't know that it would have killed this village, but it would have hurt it a lot and definitely swept away a lot of our people. And our timer has been reset to 7 minutes, so we have 7-minute intervals to get to this exit. And it's meant to be, you know, fairly forgiving here at the beginning. I don't know how much time I would need, but 7 minutes is way more than enough. 7 minutes is all I had to spare if I was Albert Wesker anyway. So yes, we can get ready to leave, and I can start building the little land bridge that we'll need to get across. I'm trying to look and see if I think that this would get broken, because we're going to have to build it sort of carefully. There's a lot of water around, and the water that is around is moving pretty strongly, so it has a pretty high potential to, get some of our villagers caught in it. I'm not too worried about any of our villagers dying. Villagers are kind of an expendable resource in this game. Not expendable as in like you can use them. Well, I guess you could look at it that way, because that's kind of the way I look at it. But, okay, looks like one person did get swept away, but most of our little expedition party is making it. And the thing about these expedition parties is they usually send more people than is needed. So if you lose 1 or 2 guys, it's really not too big a deal. I'm trying to close up this upper part because that's where some of this water is getting in, where these guys can't quite get to the thing. I guess alternatively, I could show you, if this was like a really deep moat, you can just build a little land, like a little land mass underneath of it, and then build a bridge going towards it instead of just getting all of that water out of there. You have a lot of options in this game, even though it doesn't look, or it may not look like you actually have very many. And if you look at a guide, it'll probably tell you only one way, which is fine because, you know, you only need one way to beat it. This would be a really easy map to grow the vegetation across, I would bet. You just have to build the land bridges between the vegetation and the empty earth. And I am going to move on to the next map. I think there's something like 10 or 11 base maps outside of the, or in the story rather, and it's all about trying to track down the ancients who came before us, who, you know, I guess they discovered this spiritual magic. I don't know what you would call something like this. It's more communing with the natural earth than it is magic, but it does seem magical. Oh yes, the first power. This is going to be a sort of exciting map. Again, we have to construct villages, and the villages now give us a special power, a breath power, I think it's called. Now take a look at this over here, and imagine I had a village on this totem, and as this tsunami comes, this village and its people are going to be completely fine, but this village and its imaginary people would get completely swept away by the water. You can see that the wall is kind of eroded with time. So what can we do about that? Well, in this map we now have access to lava, which we're going to use to rebuild the wall. Also, you'll notice at the very top, the top village that we can build has Jellyfy water as its power, and I'm going to start building towards that. Jellyfy water doesn't really help us out necessarily with the tsunami, but it does help us with getting the water repellent, which I assume we're going to need for the third village. I'm not super sure though even where the third village is at on this map. Ah yes, it's over there right on the shore. Yeah, that would not do very well in the face of a tsunami. So while they're building this village, I'm just gonna gather up some lava and Go dump it on the wall over here. Yeah, this was a ton of fun whenever I was younger, too. I've always been kind of impressed with the technical capabilities of this game. Not just in terms of physics, even though it's very simplistic. Basically, if you put lava down, it goes down to the lowest y-axis, and it just kind of sits there. Dirt falls to the lowest lowest y-axis, and then it like kind of it has to build like a base for itself. All of this becomes a lot more apparent in the challenge maps, because you have to start thinking out like specific strategies using the actual physics of the game, rather than like these kind of not arbitrary, but using these like theoretical concepts, like how I said, you have a bunch of different ways that you can approach a map. For example, the challenge maps, there's usually only like one way to beat them, and I'm gonna let that. Well, let's do one more little batch of lava on the wall there on the right, where it's kind of lacking. I don't want some little stupid thing to knock my people completely off course or anything. There we go. That's way more than enough wall to block that tsunami. And there we've got another water repellent totem, like the one we saw from the last map. And I've already mentioned it, in addition to water repellent, there's also lava repellent. That'll become important whenever we build cities on the coasts of water, or on the coasts, well, I guess not coasts, on the napes of, lava, like volcanoes and stuff. Now here's where we can see what Gelify water does. Gelify water stops water in its tracks completely. And that means like even this water that we can see here, completely stopped. If I grab a bunch of water and I go to put it down, does not move, other than what we as the breath move it. And that stays in place for as long as the counter says that we have to use our powers. This will become important whenever we actually have people who go over and inhabit this little totem. We'll have to build a little bridge for them. But in addition to the tsunami, it kind of like stopping the power of the tsunami a little bit. It's really good to like instead of building a big bridge and fighting this water for minutes on end, I can instead just like build a little gap here. I actually can probably go ahead and do it now that our power has been remade back up. But instead of building like a big land bridge, we can instead just grab this water and kind of part the waters a little bit like, well, no, it didn't part the waters. Who was it? I almost have wanted to say Ramsey, but I think I'm pretty sure Ramses was the guy that he was trying to escape. Ah, man, that's embarrassing. Part the Red Sea like, damn. It's tough when you remember the sea, but not the man who even did it. That's tough. And as soon as these two goobers get out of the water, yeah, there we go. That should be more than enough. I just let the water go back and to do its own thing. Yeah, I was always really impressed with the technical aspects of this game. I'm sure in reality, considering it was made in 2011, it's probably not really that impressive. But even now, like, this isn't very resource intensive on my PC or anything. So we can now leave for the passage. I imagine by the time we would get up here, another tsunami would hit. And I'm going to send men up to this passage using the Gelify water. And that is yet another map that's under our belt. These beginning maps, like I was saying, are pretty easy. I'm not even really going to concern myself, I don't think, with this little guy and getting the repel water over to the village. I think I'll be fine just leaving and completing this map. Yeah, we get little notifications whenever people encounter obstacles, and usually they're important, but I'm kind of ignoring them right now. These guys will get up to that, and I didn't see a little extra totem around. This one isn't so hard to do 100% on either. Really, if you just build a land bridge over to this big mass of dirt, that's probably more than enough to win the scenario. And that is that. We can now leave the map and having beat this scenario. The challenge maps are like lightning fast. These little story maps are actually kind of a relaxing change of pace for me anyway, because the challenge maps are like go, go, go. But these story ones, you can kind of like plan out your strategy and stuff a lot more calmly. I always like these guys' masks too. They remind me of the Serve bot from, I can't think of who makes them, but the, maybe it's Capcom, the guys who made the Dead Rising games. And this appears to be a very barren desert, and there's like thorny trees and stuff, and not a lot of wildlife here. Now we're going for some totems. I also see here notably that there is repel water totems. Hopefully that doesn't become something we need. I actually think this map is sort of not like sort of unique as in it's the only map that does it, but it's sort of unique in that, you know, well, we don't really need the, I don't think we need that repel water as a matter of fact. I can't, because there's no tsunamis. The only thing I can think of, let me look around this map real quick. Over here, I'll have to drop some water to kill these trees, and I'll have to raise a land bridge with this dirt to get our people up to this village. But otherwise, I don't think there's like tsunamis and shit. The only other thing is, of course, because it says in the text that this used to be like like an oasis, but you know, where did all the water go? Well, the water is hidden underneath of the dirt. As you can see over here, we've gotten some water that's kind of coming out from, I guess, over here. I'm kind of looking around. There it is. There. So now we got some water that's spreading out over the desert. That's not important because we don't need to do that to win. I guess just, you know, if you feel like it. It's sort of important for the sake of 100%ing it though, because well, hold up. Now we got evaporate. I don't know what the hell is going to happen on this map. In this arid desert, vegetation could not grow on its own. Yes, I was just about to say that. So, these plants that we have around are only growing around us because we're a village, and they won't grow to anywhere nearby without having some water around, which we do with that. Even though our people are yelling and saying that, I guess supposedly that we're hurting them, don't worry, we're not. And where that water is, the vegetation will now grow, of course, assuming that vegetation is around it. I guess over here, I should probably also look at getting this village up and out of the dirt some. I'm just going to literally put dirt around it. You can also get rid of these tree things with water, which I assume is how you're supposed to do it. But I don't know. I don't see a reason to do things the hard way if you don't have to, you know. And our people should be able to make it to this pretty damn easily. Oh wait, I want to send our guys up here first. I didn't realize. I thought these guys had already made it to the village. We also have Jellify, Water, and Evaporate. I assume that both of those are to combat if you accidentally are drowning one of your villages. You can just stop it immediately. I can also show what Evaporate does. It's kind of interesting once we actually get it. Is it this one that we're about to capture? Yep, it sure is. And then I'll go ahead and send our people for this other village now that that one has been captured. Damn, there is a lot of water spouts on this side of the hill. Probably moving that dirt down is what's doing why it's freeing so many of the water spouts. They infinitely make water, basically. So using Evaporate, I'll go ahead and show this. It'll make the screen really bright, and it evaporates the water extremely quickly that's on the map. Over here on the right, you can see there's basically no water now. Over here on the left, you can see what was before almost a lake is now completely dried up. It has its practical applications, just not right here, right now. And those guys will get to that. I guess the next question I have is, where the hell is the exit? Aha, down here. That's right. I guess maybe I should start building a land bridge. It really isn't going to be anything too special. The later maps get actually really pretty and really hard, but these first couple of maps, as you might expect from not only a children's game, I think this was rated T for teen, but as you might also expect for a game that came out 11 years ago, and as you might expect from the maps that are at the very beginning of this game, not very hard. We're about to free another water spout, though, which I don't want to do, especially one that's this close to the exit totem. And that is that. Sometimes, once you've discovered all of the villages on the map, it'll change the map in usually a positive way. I was thinking they might like throw a tsunami at us or something, but it doesn't really look like that's going to happen, so I'm not really worried about it. Even if they did, I would just jellify the water until we were able to leave. We got our guy here sharing the knowledge of water. I don't know that I explained this, but if a village has the knowledge of water, you don't have to keep sending people to it. Oh, wait, who's drowning? Oh, no, he's not drowning. He wants elevation so he can get this little knowledge totem or story totem or whatever. If this village has knowledge of water, it will spread that knowledge to the other nearby villages through people, instead of having to send a bunch of people at totems and stuff. And this is the story for this map. A new memory about animals. Nice. Alright, so we can move on to the next map. That's now been about 4 or 5, counting the tutorial map. Maps that we've beaten. I imagine this next one will be pretty difficult, if I'm remembering right. Like I said, the later game maps are pretty difficult. The earlier game maps are, pretty welcoming. This is a difficulty curve I can kind of agree with for this game. I always thought this game was a ton of fun, and I still think so even now. It looks like we're going to have to deal with some fires. It's going to teach us about fires and how they kind of expand and grow and stuff. It's also including these new fire trees, which we can see in the preview map. So, in the water trees as well. So fire trees always are shooting fire and or spreading fire nearby, and they also absorb water. So they perform 2 functions, one that would save you and one that would hurt you. I'm looking for, yes, to go capture that totem. This one is kind of difficult, but it's not gonna it's not like make or break difficult or anything. You can see like wildfire spreads on the vegetation that is spread out across the land. So over time, like if I had a village right here and it had vegetation spread out to it, our people would be dead off of that. Same way with like, you see like this tree here. If I had vegetation spread up to here, it would spread fire. And then these trees here would drop water onto it. They're kind of like fire sprinklers. I'm also kind of looking around because, we can move these fire trees at a certain point, and we can also move the water trees. I'm just kind of seeing what the next play is, because as of right now, I can just walk our guys down to the to this other village. I guess I'm going to get rid of this dirt around this tree so that it doesn't have any vegetation whenever the time comes to spread fire to, and at least that will be one less fire tree that's a problem for me until I can move fire trees. Oh yes, put out fire gets rid of fire all across the whole map. Be very important if we notice one of our villages is burning because I wasn't thinking, about the spreading vegetation or something. As lava or water approach these bulbous sacs, they will explode and spread water over the fire that's coming. So we'll see that most notably probably on this right side here. It wants us to uproot a tree, which I'm willing to do. We'll pick that up, put it right here, and then so now whenever this vegetation spreads out to this fire tree, it will The fire will spread out, and the bulbous things will shoot it with water, and they'll be safe off of that. I'm not too worried here on the left side. I am a little bit concerned about the vegetation spreading fire up to this village up here. For these early maps, you can get rid of the danger by just getting rid of the dirt that's around it. Also, it's wanting to teach us about moving our villages, which we can now do. If we press A on this village, it's asked us to move our village up here, which I'm fine with doing. 5 people from the village will go up to here. This is helpful for a couple different reasons. If you have all of your villages together in one area, you can usually take care of them pretty easier, or a little bit more easy. Like, if I had all 4 villages up here, then I could just deck the nearby area out with those bulbous sacks, and I wouldn't have to worry about the vegetation. It's also good for moving a village that's in a lot of danger out of danger. Like, if this was being hit by tsunamis, as soon as it was built, I would move it back away from the water. And that village has been built, so I'm going to send another crew to come and get that tribe. Sorry, I'm getting the sophomore slump of the Let's Play. That must be what it is. Like, where I'm just kind of already losing my voice. The beginning of it was pretty good, and here we are at what I would still call the relatively beginning part, and I'm losing my voice. And so we'll capture this third one. I really don't see, well, actually I do see some immediate danger. Let me correct that real quick, as a matter of fact. Let me put one bulbous sack there, and I'm going to put another one right here. The bulbous sacks can also hurt your village if you haven't considered it, because as the vegetation sort of spreads, it of course has the ability to spread in a way that would drown your people. So I'm interested to see these trees now, how they'll sort of, with the fire, like if this village up here will be safe. Also, we've got another story here I guess I can look at while our village is being built. There we go. It wasn't letting me click on them for a second. I'm playing this on controller. You have the opportunity, as with most things on Steam, to play on controller or on mouse and keyboard, and I'm playing it on controller. This one on the right here still seems really dangerous to me. And there's one more totem on the other side that I'm going to have our people go and do. I think I'm going to do evaporate first, though. I'm going to grab a bunch of water in case the fire nearby spreads to our village or something. The reason that I am spreading... Well, actually, let me put the water down. I'm using evaporate is to clear this little lake that's near this other village out. And yeah, so this water will probably actually evaporate before it even gets the chance to go. Yeah, there's one side. There we go. We'll put it out with our water on this other side. Well, while I'm not doing anything, I'm not afraid to, fight fires for the village or whatever. It's not like, I'm doing anything else right now other than waiting on our villagers to get over to this new village. I also see we're having a little bit of an issue where the fire is getting away on this left side as well. So if I have another nearby bulb, this will be a fine bulb. Actually, I can take and move over to, let's put it right there. I bet the fire isn't able to spread off of that. All right, so all of our villages that we have right now are safe, and we are spreading into this last totem for the village, which I think is going to give us the knowledge to move these trees, which is going to be really nice, because I'm just going to drop all these trees in the ocean. If plants, like the trees, get surrounded by too much water, they'll just shrivel up, and they won't evaporate the water or set fires or anything anymore. That also applies for They're like explodey trees, which we'll see in a little bit. And I guess that's, I mean, besides the water trees, explodey trees, fire trees. That's the 3 we got to deal with. And now I got these 5 people here who have gotten this totem and this village by extension. And another thing, like, this game has so much kind of going on. Like, you know, you can see like these little, I'm sure they're pre-rendered, of course. I guess, what do you call these? They're like huts, sort of, but they're in the air. It also said that we can now move these trees, so I'm just going to go dump them all in this, lake that's out here in the middle. Again, it's just going to shrivel up these trees. I'm not too concerned about it, though. They don't really, I mean, we already have all the villages kind of taken and stuff, so these trees aren't going to perform us any real utility. Although trees in this game absolutely can. I also see fire spreading. Let's see how our new bulb does. Ah, yes. Well, it's still doing its thing. Alright, the way the fire spreads is that sometimes sometimes the fire has a way of recatching fire just because you saved it, if that sort of makes sense. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the vegetation grew out of here and caught fire off of this. Just kind of the nature of how fire spreads in this game, I suppose. And we're headed from here into the next map. So this was the start of, see, like, they give you all the mechanics and you learn them, and then they give you an objective. They give you like a series of maps that are all objectives, where they say, go, use what you've learned. And this is kind of one of those maps. This, I also mentioned earlier, is one of the first really, really pretty maps, in my opinion. Yeah, it looks almost like the stars are falling out of the sky onto Earth. So if you're going for the 100% vegetation, don't get rid of this water. You have to be very careful with the water that's on this map, because to my knowledge, that's all the water that exists on this map. Otherwise, you know, this is a pretty easy map, again, outside of 100%ing it. I am getting rid of this water, though. I guess technically these bulbs that are around the map could make infinite water. I'm just not too concerned about it. Oh, amplify the breath. I really like that one. So let's find another one of these to spread to. Let's go over here to gellify water, and I'm also going to get rid of these bulbs here. I don't want them actually near my village, because if they get a little bit of water on them, they'll pop if they're full. And I also want to get rid of that fire tree as well. Alright, that looks good to me. I wouldn't see a reason that we'd have any other trouble over here. Yes, I did say let's see what Amplify the Breath does. It basically lets you get a lot more of an element a lot faster. So we just collected a whole lot more water than we usually are able to, which isn't exactly visible necessarily from how far back we are from the camera, but if we had been zoomed in, like you can see, this is a normal size. It looks pretty big to us relatively, but whenever I have the chance to use Amplify the Breath again, it'll probably let us get the rest of this water. Yeah, so that's probably about the standard size, and then yep, that's it, much bigger. And there is another village complete. We can now move these explodey trees, as I kind of explained them on the last map. Whenever they have fire near them, they explode and destroy some of the land. I guess we have to actually wait for it to be constructed. I'll send another guy for this totem. I think there's one of those mini totems on every map. I'm not, too worried about having collected all of them, though. Also, since we got rid of that water that was on this little seesawing land type of deal, I can now send people to go get us another village on it. I'm also going to make sure that, see, there's the problem. That's where this water is coming from. These trees up here keep spreading fire, and it is popping these bulbs, which are dropping water. I was just curious as to where all that water was coming from. So we want to move these so our people stay safe. And I'm also going to collect that repel water totem just in case we would need it. And while they're going to this village, let's go see what the 4th village might take. It doesn't look like it's going to take anything super special. Really, I don't think it's going to take anything special at all. I'm just going to go ahead and move these fire trees way far away from any of our vegetation so they don't even have a chance of catching fire. Some maps, it's important that you have water to spread the vegetation, and some maps, it's not. Looks like it's going to count the water that's here, so I've got to get rid of it so that we can put our village there. And then while these guys go over for the 4th, holy shit, look at how much water is around this actually in reality. If we had a fire, it would be safe from the fire, but it would flood in a second. Oh well, at least we don't have vegetation and fire around there. We got vegetation, but no fire. We also have that guy who's bringing the knowledge of water back to that village. Again, I wouldn't expect that we would even really need that. I am going to start making our way towards this little final area so that we can leave the big totem that comes out of the ground so that we're able to progress to the next map. And so how are we going to do that? Well, there's a big rock wall that's in the way, obviously. And if we run this tree over it, which is on fire, it'll destroy those little exploding trees. We could alternatively just build a land bridge over it, but I don't want to do that. That's kind of, slow and boring to build a big ass land bridge, but we still are going to build a small one. So don't worry too much about that. Is there anything else in here I want? Nope. Let's just go ahead and spread this fire tree. The exploding trees do recover over time, so if you're worried about using a finite amount of exploding trees, you don't have to worry about that. Like I said, they'll naturally kind of come back over time, so that's nice. I don't think that's too steep. It might be a little too steep. Let me drop it down just a shade, and I might need to put some more dirt on this side of things. There we are. And then they'll go down into the totem that's in the ground. And you can sort of see our guys all walking around down here. I'm trying to see, I'm looking for all of the people that are actually going towards it. I also see our explodey trees are still being explodey, so I don't want them to mess up the bridge that I have built. Yeah, there's some more of our guys. That looks good to me. And this is yet another map beaten. Again, if you need to expand the vegetation out, you can just use the water that's around. You can use these bulbs if you need more water to spread the vegetation or whatever. And that's how you would 100% the vegetation on this map. It's not too hard. It's just you could really just group all the fire trees together if you were worried about the fire trees. But that is yet another map finished. So this was the first kind of playground map to say, you have all the knowledge about the game, now go use it. So we just used all the knowledge that we have about this game, and then it might introduce some very basic concepts as we kind of go on, new powers, but otherwise we pretty much have everything about this game learned. This is the first map that I think you would consider really challenging. It has, well, I guess maybe not this map. I thought this was a different map. This one is just going to teach us about doing seemingly impossible things. Excuse me. So what all do we have? We have Engulf All, Infinite Earth. We already have one village down. So where to go to first? Let's send them towards, let's send them towards Engulf All. I'll be using the Amplify the Breath to build a bridge so that, or I could build a bridge over this way, which does kind of seem more like the play. Hold up. No. That's not the play. Because, if I send guys over that way, the water is draining. I actually don't really know what's happening. I think this is a high-low water one, where like the water comes in at high tides and low tides. But I don't think it's necessarily tsunami. It might have a tsunami, but I don't know. We'll see here in just a second. Also, I'm going to be moving. I don't want them anywhere near my vegetation is the only thing. Yeah, you can see we're in what you would consider low tide right now, and that'll be changing very shortly, I'm sure. I didn't mean to put that so close. Yeah, see, we're in low tide, and we've got a counter on the screen now for high tide. I want these guys to get to their new village quick, and even then they might die. Yeah, that's Infinite Earth, which is going to, again, I said, like, you know, this map's kind of about learning how to do impossible, seemingly impossible things. Well, Infinite Earth is one of those impossible things. High tide isn't really, you know, hold up, our people are getting screwed over here. Let me think. Let me get us some more dirt. Okay. I don't think I can save this, but we'll give it a shot. Good college ball try, you know. Oh no, that's a lot of water coming in on the right side. I don't think that's going to happen there, boss. That's so many, or so much, water coming in over our land bridge. I didn't even consider. Okay, so that's obviously not the move. I do want... What did that come with? That was Engulf All? Okay. I'm just trying to get this water out of here again. And maybe I should build that land bridge I was talking about over to the other place, if for no other reason than to get repel water. Firstly, I want to let the water drain out. Yeah, there we go. There's the first little bit. I also see we have, like, bulb trees around, even though I'm not sure why we'd need that. I guess I could also do that. Build, instead of trying to build the, build a village inside of a hole, fill the hole up with dirt, and then let our people, you know, live on the dirt that's on top of it. Let me go ahead and amplify the breath to grab a lot more. Whoa, I didn't mean to grab that dirt, but that's fine. Yeah, as long as it's up and out of the, you know, danger zone of, I guess, high tide, we'll be fine. Yes, so we got 5 people there, so it has become very important, actually, that I hear people, like, drowning-ish. I still don't think that's very good. I need, a new power breath, Engulf All. That'll let us, engulf any kind of an element that is nearby. The case in point here being water. I'm trying to drain all this water on this side real quick so that it doesn't, you know, enclose on this in this village. I also am using Amplify the Breath so that it engulfs the water a lot more. Basically, Amplify the Breath does whatever power that you've asked it to, but to a much greater degree. So like if I used Infinite Earth, it would drop a lot more earth, which we'll see here very shortly. I think our village might fall. It's going to be very close. No, looks like we're good. Alright, I'm going to Amplify the Breath and drain some more of this water here. I need to get our people maybe to this Infinite Earth, because if I can build around this if I can use Infinite Earth to build on this totem, we'll be in business, because then I can build big ass walls to protect us from these high and low tides. I guess this map is kind of difficult because it's the only one I've really had any risk of losing yet. My only concern with building out to here is I don't think I'll have enough time between the high and the low tides, but I guess you don't really know until you give it a shot. So I'd say once we see the counter, the timer, yeah, we're in trouble. I don't think this is going to happen. Well, yeah, I really don't think this is going to happen. I can use Engulf All to kind of buy us a little bit of time, but that's not really enough. Hold up. Get the village sort of building, and then I'll Engulf All this side. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but what I can sort of do, if I'm able to get Infinite Earth, Yeah, it's already destroyed. Okay. Alright, we'll need a different strategy. That's all. It's not that big a deal. Also, this village here on the left is probably going to fall, which I'm more or less okay with. I guess let's go over to Jellyfy Water as well as this Repel Water. It's going to send our guys over this way. I would love to have just Jellyfy Water because then I wouldn't even have to worry about the high tide, but alright. I want this water, of course, to be on the way out. This village somehow over here looks like it is withstanding the water, which is kind of like crazy to me. All of our people are now waiting on the shore. I don't honestly even think, considering that this Jellyfy Water is outside of the danger zone of where this water is, and there's a natural sort of land bridge here, I don't think I would have to build anything for it. I think what I am going to do, though, is amplify the breath and get rid of this water so that they have more time to cross the land bridge. You know, it drains quicker, and then I guess if I would need to, I'll have the breath on standby to, like, as the water comes back in for high tide, I'll be able to collect it. Also, what is this guy doing? What the hell? You're crazy, dude. Hopefully, I'm interested to see, yes, this guy right there is going to be the one who goes over for the Repel Water. So good thing I had my Engulf power on standby so that I can eat this water from trying to get that guy who's just going for the Repel Water. There we go. He made it in time. He might have made it anyway without it, but who knows. Hopefully this guy shares the power of Repel Water with this village first. We also have Jellyfy Water now. This really isn't going to be that hard of a map. I also have not seen the exit to here yet, but I sort of think, it's over here in the corner, so we'll need Infinite Earth for that, which is okay. Firstly, I want to let the water sort of go out, and unfortunately, he is going to take it back to the origin village, which really blows. Can I just cancel that? No. No. Also, what? It's not this one this is Amplify the Breath, isn't it? Yeah, I guess technically some water is getting in the village, but sorry, I was a little bit thrown off there. I guess this is probably the first map where I'm not like able to like shotgun my way through the map really, really quickly. So now that this water is draining, I think I'm going to let this guy on the right go naturally over here. I'm going to keep the Jellyfy Water so that I have more time to build once I have Infinite Earth. And otherwise, I think we're good. I might use some Engulf All to get rid of this water that's nearby this totem row really quick. There we go. Getting rid of quite a bit of that water. Is it good now? Oh. No, over here on this side, I guess. And there it comes back. So I want our people to go build me this village real quick. And if they do, I'll be able to get some walls built up before this high tide comes in. And maybe even with the Amplify Water, it'll be time for low tide by the time that Jellyfy Water is done. But we'll see. Really what we're using Infinite Earth for, besides protecting our village, is to raise this over here in the corner. So get rid of Engulf All, and then get ready to use Amplify Breath with Infinite Earth to build a big bunch of walls. That's okay. So we just went out of high tide. Hopefully we're now headed into low tide because Jellyfy Water is just about gone. There we go. So first thing I'm doing, building a huge wall on this side. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of water off that regardless of how that went anyway. There is also another wall that I wanted built. And then I'm going to use the next Infinite Earth on this big wall here, which I'm sure I'm going to need. Jellyfy Water is going to take quite a bit to refill some. All right, perfect. We were able to build that last wall in time. The only thing I'm still kind of concerned about is this wall over by Engulf All, and I'm just going to go ahead and quickly, just fill it up with dirt. Otherwise, ooh, this one isn't doing good. Let me engulf some of this, how about it? Just to keep our village from drowning. Oh, nice, and it already has the repel water anyway, so we're good. Now I just need to build a little thing under this exit totem, and we'll be good. I really kind of like the story of this game, but it does a little bit of, like, too much telling, not showing. Not that it, this game had like a budget, and I'm sure they're not going to do all the crazy ass. I would much rather the game be good and the story be kind of boring than the story of a game be good than the gameplay be boring, which is kind of funny considering that the name of this channel and really what makes it popular for people is, or enjoyable to people, is the lore sort of things. So you would think that the story is really important to me, but in terms of everything, it goes gameplay first, story second, sound third, graphics fourth. And if these fucking people don't get over graphics, it's going to be probably the end of gaming for a lot of people. Not myself included necessarily, but like the fucking Cold War of graphics and like the size of like gaming and stuff. Like Ark Survival Evolved came out like, I don't know, what is it now? Like 8, 9, 10 years ago or something, and that shit is up to like just base game is like 100 gigabytes. That's crazy as shit. Unfortunately, dinosaurs, and that game is good. I don't know too much about it. I haven't played it too much myself. I think I own it. I got it for free on Steam. But the DLC being like 40 gigs a pop is crazy. Now here is the next map. This is the one that I said will probably give you trouble before all the other ones. So first things first, build Amplify the Breath, and what you want to do is get ready to expand to the right, and you want to do this pretty quickly. Expanding to the right means blocking off the lava flow so that it only goes to the left. Not too hard. Again, this map I mentioned earlier, we will eventually run into a map that's lava sort of based, and this is that map. Once our village is built, we can send somebody over to get us this repel magma, which is going to be our saving grace for this map. Another thing, I guess that water is sort of fine, sort of not fine. We'll have a lot more lava to sort of play around with here in a minute. I'm just going to go ahead and get a bunch of lava, and I'm going to make it so that water just goes down first to the right. Yeah, I knew I was going to accidentally blow that damn explosive tree up. That's fine though, as long as it's all going to the right and not right on top of us. Now we have to wait for this lava here to kind of do its thing, because again, you want to expand to the right before you expand to the left. If you expand to the left, it's difficult to expand in a different direction than you started. So like if I expand to the right, then it makes the left sort of neglected until I conquer all the right. And sure, I can conquer all the left, but then I'm fighting with the vegetation that's catching fire and all this different shit, and I just much rather deal with the right side first. See this village here? That would be a hellish zone to put a village. I'm also going to go get this repel water that's up on the right. Not too important just yet, but of course it will be before too long. I'll go ahead and clear out some of this lava so we can get started on building us a little village here. And as long as we get repel lava to it in time, we'll be fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm really concerned about. We can go ahead and close this up, I think, just a little bit, because it's going to start holding back water like a dam so that we're able to expand to this village that's on the right. And I want this village to be started for 1, and I want us to have this repel water for 2 by that time. But we'll have to kind of see what happens, I guess. I also wish I just had Engulfall. Is this Engulfall? No, it's Jellyfy water, but that works well enough too. Because if the water gives me trouble, I'll just Jellyfy it. Because Jellyfy water is kind of like repel water for 60 seconds. And a lot of times that's all you need is that 60 seconds. They're bringing the repel water and repel lava to that village now, so it should be safe before too long. I'm going to go ahead and blow up these explodey rocks so that I can start draining that, sort of. It's going to be draining and building a path up to that village. And our people... Hold up. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was concerned about. Let me get rid of this stuff. I'm actually going to move the water down to the neighboring area. There we go. That should give me more than enough time to get repel water going on the village that's in more danger right now. Okay, we got a little bit of water coming down here. I'm hoping that that's going to give us enough time. Let me look. I don't know. That really wasn't too much water that it got rid of, but it's whatever. It's fine. The thing about repel lava is it also does repel the fire that's around lava, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll like spread to this vegetation, and then it will come in, and then, yeah, it'll save the actual village, but not the vegetation around it. So if you want the vegetation, you'll have to make efforts to like block this lava out. Otherwise, I don't really care. Amplify the breath over here. This village now has the water, repel water, so that's good. I'm also going to go ahead and drain this up here. I think I'm going to start building a bridge up to it so we can go ahead and get it out of the way. I'm trying to think how best to go about. Maybe I'll raise this up a little bit, and maybe I should just destroy that one. I don't know. Our people are getting a little bit screwed off of this water that's coming down. All we have to do is just teach them. There we go. I'm also going to water some of that lava a little bit. We have to teach them repel water, and they'll be fine. This village is the one that's in most danger, and it's like almost finished. Like as soon as that repel water gets there, it'll be safe. I also want to start sending people up to inhabit that. We'll have to drop some lava on those little explodey trees so that we can start building a land bridge to it. Perfect. Couldn't have gone any better if I wanted it to. And there's our dirt land bridge. Also, the water is sort of acting weird. It looked like it was jellifying the earth pretty much there. So as that sort of settles, it's still not quite enough. So we'll have to build a little bit better of a land bridge there. And then once we have like this whole right side pretty well taken care of, we don't have to concern ourselves so much with the the kind of effort it's going to take to expand to the right side. I might take another explodey, blow up another explodey. Uh-oh, it did kill our villagers, but that's fine, I guess. So we do have water being kind of a nuisance right now. If I jellify water, shouldn't be too big a deal. I guess the lava really is the big sort of killer that we're about to run into, huh? Because that's about to go off. I don't know that we'll be fine. Let's see. The water, again, we won't have to deal with, but alright, so we got 3 guys and a 4th one climbing the hill, and we got some more down this way. Again, I'm glad they send way more people than they need. They also make people, which is really cool. I think we'll be fine, provided that guy makes it up the hill. These 2 other guys at the bottom, I'm not too concerned about. Damn. Oh, that's tough. Okay. but that guy up top is going to make it to the village, so we're good off that. And then we can look at expanding to the left. So for this one, we have to do the same thing sort of that we did before, but now build it so that the lava goes to the right side. There's that. So that will pretty well expand down this way, and we should be fine. Alright, cool. Other than that village, which should be, yep, it's constructed pretty well. I'll just send people to construct this one on the left, and we'll be good. I just want to make sure that my guys don't get killed by lava coming this way, so I'm going to kind of round it out just to shade. These guys are expanding the knowledge of water and fire repellent. I guess if they get close enough to that east village, I'll give them a Jellyfy water just for their effort. Just for their effort. This vegetation is spreading, which could be a problem. I guess we got bulbs here, though. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. We should have all the villages done and pretty much everything done by the time that the next volcano would erupt. And even then, this is one of those maps I'd made mention of before, that something unique happens once you have all the totems down. So that's kind of cool. Are these guys out of harm's way? Not really. You know what? I'll probably just let Jellyfy water play out. We do got some more lava going, but the fourth village is pretty well constructed. You can see our vegetation meter in the bottom left is really taken off. This is another good map for it, especially once we get this fourth village constructed. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and send my guys here. So if I unjellify water, you'll probably see it turns a nice pretty daytime, and then a lot of water spouts pop up. So this, of course, is kind of dangerous for our people that are near to the totem here, but otherwise it's kind of nice because it puts out all the fire that's probably around your map. I don't know. I just think it's cool. It changes a map that was like fiery before into one that's, you know, I guess not fiery now. I could alternatively just build a big land mass underneath of it. These are not like permanent things. Like that water will cool off here in a second. It won't be like as big a pain in the ass as it kind of is right now. I also think our guys should be able to make it to it. I'm going to Jellyfy water. There we are. Now at least we don't have to get screwed by the water that's draining. And I guess kind of looking around here real quick. Yep, the vegetation's spreading nicely. The lava doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. You can see we've got water over top of where the lava would come out. And we're good to go. On to the next map. This map gave me a lot of trouble the last time I played, because any of these maps, if you lose control and you're really struggling with a village, you're probably not giving enough attention to your other villages, and they're probably going to fall too. So like if one of my villages was spreading like vegetation and I wasn't like paying attention to it, for example, it was probably getting like destroyed by flames, while I had another village that was just getting engulfed. This is another kind of difficult map where the water and the fire fight one another. Again, it's kind of difficult, but it's manageable. Alright, so this map is probably one of the most difficult ones. We've only got 4 maps in total left to go for the base story of the game, but then we'll be doing the challenges, of course. So first thing I want to do is collect some lava there so that I can start plugging up this wall up here. And what I'm doing that for is because on the right side, I want to direct all this water to go down this right side. And even then, I want to push the water so that it falls off the edge. And I'm going to get that done while our first village is building, so that we're able to get to the little lava stone that's over this way. And I want to shore up the walls here And I guess probably I'm trying to remember what I consider to be sort of the optimal way to do this. I guess I could also go ahead and get this village going. I don't think it's in the danger zone. Now, the way that this map works is on the left and the... Uh-oh. We got a fire back at the village. Hold up. Let me take care of that. I don't think our people will die off that. Hold up. Now I got to think about this. I think as long as I get rid of that little bit of dust there, and then go ahead and take the care to build up this wall just to shade, just to make sure no lava kind of creeps in. As I was explaining, this map, each side goes off in turn. So the left side goes off and then the right side goes off. It's a volcano versus the water, or I guess like a water spout kind of map. The other thing I like to do here, let's go ahead and get a bunch of lava. And I like building a wall up here so that it directs the topmost lava flow completely off of the map. This keeps it from being too dangerous. We don't really have a utility for all of that lava right this second, and we'll not even really continue to at least that much lava. It's more dangerous, that amount of lava, than it is helpful for me. I also see here, we're probably going to catch a little bit of fire off the vegetation, but that's fine because it's right next to the water. I still think, yeah, I'm going to have to build up on the left side as well. I don't think I want the... Yeah. That's what I'm going to do, because our village is already getting flooded. I'm just going to get another little wall's worth of water, or a wall's worth of lava. I still need another one. Also, our village is on fire. Again, this is the most difficult map, so you'll probably see what you might consider to be sort of blunders. Oh yeah, our village is completely cooked. I guess that's really not even that big a deal. I just want this wall to be shored up. I guess that's... No, that's really not fine, but... and I need to get an eye on our villages. It looks like not too many actually died off of that. Now, I do need to keep them from falling into the big ravine of water that we've created. I also need to get rid of some of these water plants because they aren't doing me any good either. And we've got a big water thing about to happen on this side. Are these guys fine to make it back to the... clear out this little water there? Perfect. I really do think I'll probably need to get some more lava. We've gotten rid of the biggest source of lava, which is that big... sorry, I'm a little bit concerned now about placing any lava down over this way. Alright, that's doing pretty well. I guess I'll build this up a little bit more. Again, we're just kind of getting... We want it to go off of this map. Get the two biggest sources of water and lava on their respective sides off and out of the way. And we'll drop that. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we'll maybe put down a big one. And I think that should probably be good on that side. And I'll get it from these big sources by amplifying the breath. That way we don't have to make quite as many trips. Oh, that's looking good now. Okay, shoring up that wall. And I bet if I... Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's do another amplify the breath, and then that one will be done as far as I'm concerned. Going up this left side, you know, I'd advised you like a particular direction on that one map. This map, you easily want to go to the right side before the left side. It's water is, you know, way less dangerous than lava. We can go ahead and get that totem there too. These last two totems that we have to get are the way more difficult ones. I'm also debating, because we want this lava kind of shored up and away from this totem. I guess I can go ahead and send people down, and I'll get this lava at least going the direction that I want it to. And another thing I have to think about is this lava, because we have to get to the top of this mountain. And I'm debating the best way to get up there, because I don't want to close off my access to it if need would be. I'm also trying not to put down lava right beside these guys, even though I would like to kind of block off this lava that's going to be coming at them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do, otherwise they're going to eat it, whether I want to put lava down too close to them or not. I guess the vegetation next to the village will also be something I'm going to have to think about as the lava continues to get closer. But again, just kind of doing this here ought to, just lightly layering this lava should be enough to direct the other lava away from it. I am going to put it up a little bit higher. I know we might experience a little bit of flame. Nah, we look good. How about going up this top way, though? Nope, we're good on either side. I'm going to get rid of some of this dirt so that I don't have quite as big a risk of the... I don't have quite a big a risk of the plants catching fire. Okay, that's good. I'm not really worried about repel water since we've blocked off that other side, and as soon as this repel lava gets to our village, we'll be good off that too. I guess I should now look and see what path Infinite Earth is going to take. So they want to go up this way, which I'm alright with. Let me get a bunch of dirt. I'll get rid of all this extra dirt we have over here. Oh shit, you know something? Hold up, let me think, because the vegetation is going to spread on this. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put down the dirt, and I'm going to redirect this lava into that puddle of water behind us, I think. That seems potentially really dangerous, but I guess we're going to see what happens before everything else. Alright, a little bit more, and then that's going into the water there. I really don't think we have quite... See, the way that that's meant to be behind us is like the lava and the water sort of fight one another, and it's not too dangerous. But if we introduce another element of lava into it, I'm worried it would be overpowered. And I guess maybe I could take a look and make sure that's not happening. I could build a big ass bridge over to this water, and I really don't want to do that though. Okay, you know what, before I overthink it, let's just get this dirt going where it needs to go, and maybe that'll just be the answer. Maybe we can beat the map before the lava even would overtake it. But we'll have to see first. We got a thing of water coming in anyway. So how does this... I think I'll have to build a little bit closer to the lower part of that mountain. Let me get some more dirt going over here. Okay. And then this here I'm not too comfortable with, especially with the vegetation being what it is. Also, excuse me. Also, I don't know quite why they're trying to go in the upper part unless they just don't want to go near the lava. This will be fine. Also, did I not get the repel water? I guess I didn't. Again, it's not really that important. Maybe give me all this dirt up here. Surely that'll be enough for them to get to the totem by now. That's 7 guys. Well, I need them over there before the next bout of lava comes around. And I think I am, once they get the village established, I am going to engulf all this shit. I also think I'm going to get rid of these 2 bulb plants. They seem really dangerous, just overlooking our little village where they're at, because a little bit of fire and it's all over. And putting it on the lower path would probably help mitigate any risk of like flame climbing up, at least that direction. Alright, our village is constructed, so let's get rid of all of this dirt, so hopefully no vegetation grows. Oh yes, we've got half the place filled with vegetation. That's exactly what I wanted in the face of all this lava. Now we do have the repel fire guy going up here, and I'm gonna at least focus him as far as keeping him safe for just a minute. I'm a little bit worried about these bulbs popping. Also, what? Okay, I thought I heard something to our bottom left, but we're good. So yeah, just put that repel lava up there. I'm also kind of curious where this is gonna go. While we're sort of waiting though, I'm going to go ahead and get this up. We need to raise it and then build a little land bridge because this is where the water's coming from, obviously. So it doesn't do us any good to get rid of the water because it'll be right back in, just a few seconds. Okay, so that did pop. And I am really actually concerned about this lava here as far as it's spreading into the village. So we'll just clear that up real quick. This down here, okay, well, I'm glad I was looking because that was much more of a problem than I considered it is. I need to just get rid of this land bridge, honestly. And then what are these guys having a problem with? The elevation's just a little bit fucked up. Yeah, these guys should be fine, even if the biggest bulbs kind of pop. Well, I guess that's not exactly true, is it? Let me clear out the volcano one more time. Alright. These guys should be surely good to... Well, you know what? Let's just get you guys all the dirt you could ever want over here. There we are. So no more complaining. Oh, I don't want to engulf it all either. I might have... gone a little bit greedy off the dirt, but hold on. I need 5 people to make it to this thing. If 5 people can make it, that would be awesome. Alright, so there's 4, and then there's a 5th coming. I just want to make sure I don't lose any villages suddenly here at the end. I wouldn't lose them from lava anyway, because of course we have the repel lava. Now, I forget what the next map is. This one I had said was probably the most difficult, or had the most potential to be the most difficult. But there's one map that, is run and gun from the second that you get into it. And it's like the mouth of a volcano, I guess you would call it. I think it's the opening of the volcano. But maybe this is absolutely not it. This looks like a big-ass sea. I'm not sure what this map is, actually. Emergence. I don't think this one's actually too difficult. The challenge in this one is making it to all of the totems because... is making it to all the totems, because as you can see, as it is right now, we don't really have a path to make it to any of the totems. So what I'm going to do is just build a little land bridge over to amplify the breath first. Hold up. It's got a little bit of the water is going to sort of change and stuff. We can get some lava and some dirt off of this. I guess lava is really the most efficient of all the ways to get our guys over here. I don't think the water ebbs and flows like that much, but it ebbs and flows enough that the water ebbs and flows enough that it makes a difference as far as whether or not you can interact with the totems. There. Is that good enough? No, still not good enough. Something else kind of unique, and I don't quite understand how it works in this game, is lava that is near water makes dirt. But it doesn't always make dirt. It sometimes makes dirt. And I haven't been able to determine when it does and when it doesn't make dirt yet. So there we go. If we put maybe down one more. I've never had this much trouble with the first totem before. It's usually not this picky. I actually think just about every time I've been able to do it from the beginning. But hey, whatever. Maybe the only reason that it does it on this map is because it's like programmed to sort of make dirt. Alright, I see 2 more places that might be giving me problems on the little detector. This is one of them. Oh my lord, it is on the other side. Again, never had this much issue with just one of these before. Good thing we don't have a time limit on placing this down, huh? Alright, let's just get some actual lava going. Just put it all down. Hopefully, perfect. Thank God they're on their way. I still don't even have the land bridge fully constructed yet, I noticed. But There we go. That should be fine. And then, so what's my next move after that? We build up so that I can send my guys over to the neighboring land bridge, or the neighboring landmass, I suppose. To which I'll need a lot more lava and dirt. Oh, okay, that's good. Building a one little tiny piece at a time. What are these guys struggling with exactly? Maybe I don't have quite enough of a path built for them, which is fine. I was sort of neglecting them because I was having trouble with the totem anyway. Once we get Amplify the Breath, we'll be able to build towards this other totem really easily too. Also, who is having trouble over here? Anybody? Okay, I just saw the notification for a second. Also, where I've been, like, using an amalgam of the dirt and the rock over here, it's it's really fucked up the placement of the earth, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, you see these big gaps in the ground? Yeah, that's probably not good in the grand scheme of things, but it'll cut it for right now. If we run into trouble with it later, I'll just take some dirt from this middle island. Put down some more dirt. I'm trying not to raise that totem too much higher, actually, but it's just kind of becoming a symptom of placing down this dirt all around the totem. Yep, I just needed a very little bit more. I'm kind of shoring this up a bit like crafting an urn. Or like, what do they call it, like spinning an urn? I don't know, I've never done it before. I'm just imagining that movie where that woman and that man are making an urn, and I'm pretty sure he's dead and a ghost. I don't know. You used to see it in Family Guy references and shit all the time. Now I can see I've sort of created an artificial problem for myself by making this by making this repel water sort of too high. I guess I'm going to be able to correct that issue though by putting this dirt in such a way that they'll hopefully just be able to climb up to it. If not, I guess I might be able to build some lava. There we are. Perfect. And I'll send somebody over here to get this. I don't really know what the function of it might be. So we've got 4 totems, or 3 totems on this map. Sorry. And then this over here, I guess, is where the oh, we've got a wave coming. Uh-oh, batten down the hatches. No more goofing around, fellas. This is repel lava. That seems like something I might want. Yeah, and then this village is complaining about getting a little bit of water on their shores. Well, sorry, but necessary evil. There we go. And it's not even an evil. Also, this guy needs to get that repel water stat. I guess I could probably survive it if I use Gellify water, but I don't even know how long that would do me good for. So, and while we have lava, I want to go ahead and start building towards this other island. Geez Louise, that's quite the dip there, now that I'm looking at it. There's different elevations of the dirt and shit, the earth underneath of the ground or underneath of the water, and those ones are particularly low. And this fucking land bridge is easily the worst one I've built yet, but I mean, I'm not trying necessarily to get it built before the tsunami. It would be nice, but, well, actually, the rate it would take to get the repel water over to it would probably not be cool. And then let's put down a bunch of dirt for our infinite earth totem. I also see this one, this lava, or this volcano rather. Wait, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh my god, he's giving me trouble, I think, because I've got those holes in the island. And there we go. There's that should shore up our village a little bit. And I'll also go ahead and get that repel lava, maybe sent out to the 3 villages I have. And then while we're waiting on the tsunami, I'm going to get the other village ready to be populated at least. I don't... Ah, shit, I didn't necessarily mean to elevate it that much. I need to maybe just stop dropping all that lava on there at once. I think that's really what's kind of screwing me. Okay, and then sort of shore this out a little bit. Perfect. Nice. That's a pretty good bridge. Now I just have to build up the nearby elevation for the village itself. Okay. That one didn't go too well. I'm trying to just, of course, make it like a little circular thing like all the rest of them. I also don't really know where the end of this map is, if you get what I'm saying. The little ground totem thing. Is that it? Oh, okay, there it is. I guess really... Oh, I got infinite earth, don't I? Ah, there's your answer. Whenever I have infinite earth, that'll be how we build a little bridge over to that. It looks like this has just become whole ass water instead of... Yeah, we've got... this is like the last map, but if you were there for the very beginning of it, if that makes sense. And I'd say one more, just kind of fixing up the edges here on this side. Really the only thing, it doesn't care about it all being like equal elevation, which is good, thank God. It really cares more so for the whether or not there's any water at all in the place that the village would be made. And I guess that's because, you know, the villagers would complain about it. So there comes the tsunami, and we'll all be safe off that. I guess I could probably go ahead and start building something for the exit to this map. Let me see where it was again. Here we go. Alright. Well, that's a start. And there comes the tsunami. Good lord. I was thinking about this as I was playing one of the challenge maps the other day, but to be right beside a tsunami, I could only imagine how loud it would be. People talk about like how loud a lot of natural disasters are, like tornadoes and stuff, but to be at the base of some rushing water that's as big as a tsunami is, good lord, I could only imagine. I don't know the better way to build towards. I guess it really probably doesn't matter though. Wow, look at that, that's really cool. It's going to make a formation which I think is going to cause the lava to flow to the left more than the right, the way that tsunami hit it. And of course, there was never really any doubt, but our villages survived. There we are. Set that up and send them over to Infinite Earth. Where? Ah, off to the left. Well, I always knew that there was going to be at least some little pain in the ass with this little village over here. So what was it, like right here? There we go. Perfect, perfect. And then on this side we'll give it a little rounding. There, that has to be perfect. There's some water, I think. Hold up. Is there? Yeah, there's a little bit of water in these holes that we've happened to make. And I guess if it would even continue to still give me issue, I would just take some lava, because lava of course gets rid of the water. So there we go. Patch up that little bridge a little bit and watch them repath, hopefully. Yep, they repath their way around. And once we have that village, we'll be able to Infinite Earth probably from this bridge over. Actually, what the fuck are you guys doing? Repath, you dumbass. There was something else I was thinking about these guys. Yeah, so they occupy the nearby space. I noticed this in the challenges. So, like, if this guy's dead ass, like, stopped in his tracks, the other guys would have to go, like, around him. They're like little pips of people, you know, if that sort of makes sense, if you're familiar with games that might have pips. I'm not sure, but we might be able to escape before the tsunami hits. We're gonna give it a good college try, because I don't want to be on this map for too much longer. It's kind of boring. This has been a lot of walking back and forth and struggling with some of the totems. The next map is actually going to be kind of exciting because we are trying to manage how much water and lava is inside of the mouth of a volcano to keep us from drowning, or, drowning in lava or water. I guess you can use drowning for, both analogies. And let's get maybe a little bit more lava set down. I don't want to build the land bridge entirely out of lava. I'd be much more comfortable building it all out of dirt because we can drop that a lot easier, but I don't mind setting some of it down. And I guess I'll go ahead and, as soon as we have that village built, send them to this so we can exit, and then I'll start putting down all this dirt. Ah, yes, that's the way to do it. And we'll hopefully that'll be good. I think that doesn't look very good. Well, hold up. The land's kind of settling. Okay, that's good. And we've got our 7 guys going, and we're going to beat this tsunami by quite some time. In fact, we're going to beat this tsunami, and I think we might even beat our repel lava and repel water guys that are headed to the latest village that we've occupied. So that's cool. I guess, what the fuck is this guy on the left doing? What are you guys? You guys are kidding me. What actually are... Okay. Well, that's some of that 13-year-old pathing that, I guess, comes with a game like this. I'm also going to just gellify water. We're just going to stop this from being a big problem until we can leave. Also, what the hell is the issue now over here? I can kind of see it. The elevation's all kinds of fucking wonky, but it shouldn't be that big a deal. How's that look, guys? Now, still giving me kind of a problem. How's that look? 0 out of 5? Hold up. I'm trying to straighten up the edges a little bit. I really don't know how I quite have managed to fuck this one up. Because Earth should just sort of... Wait. There we go. Yeah, because Gellify water also sometimes jellifies the, dirt for some reason. There, the dirt should have straightened itself out a little bit. And while we're waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and break down this side of the wall so that it stops making that little water reservoir. There we go, and it has a place to drain out of. So we got 4 out of 5. Of course, that last guy just gets there, and we can leave. Thank goodness. The lastmost map is really the easiest one, and there's not exactly a way to beat it, but I'm just going to 100% it so that can be considered beating it, I guess. And otherwise, it just leaves the challenge modes for us, and I wanted to get sort of acclimated to it, so I did play the first 2 or 3 of them, and they're pretty fun. So I had mentioned we're in the mouth of the volcano, and this is a map that goes like rapid fire. So I kind of will be making movements and then describing why I did them as our people move. Basically, we have to be very careful about which totems that we build on. So the first one we want to build while we have time is over here for Gellify water. Reason being, the first thing that happens in this map is water rises before the lava does its thing. Water rises, and that comes in about 30 seconds, I guess. The villages, I guess let's take a look at our options. So this would be the first one that we could do, and it would give us Amplify Breath. Now, Amplify Breath is pretty good, but if we don't have the ability to manipulate water very early, we are going to be stuck on this totem until we would drown. There's just quite simply not enough dirt and not enough time between the disasters. So you'll see we'll have rain and lava both here, and the rain becomes a problem way before the lava does. The next thing we need to build towards is evaporate, and then we'll kind of go from there. Again, our first village is safe, I guess. It looks fine. If we had built our village over here, I guess that's probably the best way to look at it. Whenever this first cycle passes, I'll show you what that village over there kind of looks like. Now, it's very important, after we've got that village constructed, to immediately head over to this next one. Yeah, those guys off to the side. No. By the way, we're not. Those guys off to the side have already been effectively lost. I guess I could also go ahead and build a shoring wall to keep the lava from getting near our people. I want it basically headed that direction. You can see we would have been stranded. That totem that's in the background, I'll give us a closer look once I have our wall actually pretty well built and stuff. There we go. Even our jellified water is already sort of giving us issues. So, yeah, I said we'd go look. Yeah, there's nowhere for us to go over here. We could have repel lava, but the next time that the rain falls, we would have drowned, essentially. I do sort of want, I think, that's not good. I do sort of want to maybe do a couple explosions over here. I don't think it's going to do us any good, but at least it'll keep the lava sort of flowing this direction. Yes, and I do want to get rid of some of this dirt here as well. So we are safe for just right this second. Because we'll have some more rain coming and stuff soon. I do want the infinite earth sort of getting built towards, which I'm evaporating some of the water to do. I do want to evaporate back up by the time that there would be rain. As it stands right now, we don't have to concern ourselves with that exactly because the rain won't be here for just a second. We also inversely have to worry about the lava very soon. The lava will be a problem. I would like to send out for this repel lava and fire, but well, you know what I'm actually going to do? Let me get kind of this lava maybe facing another direction. I want it like kind of headed where there are no villages, there are no totems, there are no tomes of knowledge that I need. So then hopefully, you know, I don't mind the lava if it's, I don't mind if 95% of the map is lava as long as it's not somewhere that's important for me to go. I also have not looked quite yet, but I'm not sure where the exit to this map is. So we've got 3 of those constructed. Let's go ahead and send for this last totem as well as the repel lava knowledge. I thought this... Uh-oh, there comes some fucking lava. Oh, yikes. Okay, hold up. I got to maybe get some infinite earth going. Ah, shit, this is really bad, actually. Oh, boy. I need to save infinite earth over everything else. Okay, so this is fine-ish. This is not fine. Oh, boy. Okay, so this village made it. Jellify water did not. We also have some water coming in here very shortly. I don't want to, like, minimize the amount of... Oh, wow, I think we're really fucked, actually. I might have to... Hold up. Infinite earthing the village. Please save it. Just bury it in dirt. Okay, infinite earth lived. I'm not so worried about this one here because it already sits elevated, so there's no way that our infinite earth is going to kind of stand. Well, let's see what the rain does actually first before I make too big a call off that. Also, okay, so this village actually made it. I don't know how I sent guys out here and that one actually made it. And then I've got people headed out for Jellify water. Also, Infinite Earth also just got destroyed, which isn't too big a deal. I'm actually way more concerned about the lava that continues to come. Let me get rid of this fire because it continues to come up on our vegetation. I would really just like all the vegetation to sort of be burnt away. Let me think what I might be able to do. I think I could firstly build a land bridge over to it. And I'm not really super concerned about those people that are already on the island dying. Uh-oh. Hold up. Now what's happening over here? This village is gone. Alright. So working from step 1, does anybody have repel lava? Okay, that guy is going to... Well, actually, hold up. Does he have repel lava? I think this guy has repel... Yeah, he's passing knowledge from village to village. So he'll pass repel lava. Maybe I should even get more repel lava before I even consider occupying another village. I don't really know what the play here even is at this point. The water trees fuck you way more than they help you. I'm also just letting this fire burn away this vegetation so that whenever we get the village established... See, and then it just replanted some vegetation off to the back. That's wild. So, what then? So we got repel lava on this one. I could also maybe build like a wall around these villages. I don't know how much it would help exactly. Those people over there are dead. I think I'm going to have them stop sending guys over to that village. I think this one, for the second being, is kind of a lost cause. This village, on the other hand, I want getting like walls up around it. I might have maybe missed my opportunity to sort of beat this map. I might have to kind of reset it and then just get back to this point. Okay, so yeah, of course we can't do anything because there's lava on the inside, and that lava just like keeps going and keeps going. That's wildly problematic for me. Here's some more water. Hopefully that gets rid of all of, there we go, the lava that was around, and I'll sort of clear that water out because of course we can't put anything down near it while there's water near it. Besides the lava, which just keeps coming, things seem to be going all right. The only reason I haven't really cut and redid this to do it more perfectly is because, these maps are a little bit more fun whenever you actually have some amount of challenge and adversity in it. So this is the first one that I've really sort of struggled with so far. Of course, this means that this will probably be the longest map in the story mode by far. Also, us having another bout of natural disasters is absolutely not the move, but I'm not worried about the lava in the middle, actually. The lava in the middle has caused me by far the least amount of problems. Let's just continue building up a wall here. Hopefully move that lava away from where that village would be. Same way with this wall. I also need to get a closer look at our guys to see how their journey's sort of going. Because of course I want to avoid any lava that might spill on them, around them, or fuck up their path or anything. Okay, that's good. And it looks like this here is where a bunch of explodey trees were before. Looks like that got blown up. So, let's hold up. I need to evaporate some. Our evaporate totem is even having some trouble. If I move these explodey trees away, let me get them out of the way. Explodey trees do also kill your guys, so you have to consider that. Wow, this village is still sort of struggling under the lava that keeps getting dropped onto it. Alright, so we got that wall sort of fixed up. Let's do another wall, or a higher wall off to this side. I wish I had Amplify the Breath. This would make this worlds easier. Is this Amplify the Breath? I think this is Gellify Water. It's basically going to probably be whatever I least need right now. Speaking of what I least need. Damn. Okay. Let me... I think we might be fucked because I don't really have enough dirt to elevate this platform, I think, where these guys want to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the earth settles. Damn. I think we're screwed. Let me just try one more. Oh, thank God that's got the repel lava on it. Is this gonna do it, I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one guy. Okay, they are repositioning. Hopefully they'll run out some repel lava to this to this area. I also again want this lava facing a direction that is not directly towards my villages. Also, what the hell are they doing? You gotta be kidding me. There is a little bit better of a wall. And as for what these guys are doing, let me raise the dirt maybe just a little bit. Gather up some of this dirt down there. Alright, how's that look? We got 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. And let's raise that wall, and then raise the wall for the spot that's right beside it. Really, I think if I could get infinite earth, we would be in a way better position. But since we have so much dedicated already to these guys over here, come on, please just go to the totem. I'm not gonna sit here and, I guess, beg you, though. If this is just gonna continue to be a pain in the ass, I'll just go do another totem, I suppose. Because I don't really see what the issue would be. So 4, 5. Okay, so there's our 5th guy. Perfect. And then as soon as we see that village being constructed, I'm going to go for this one. It's got some water near it. It sort of looks like, I think it's got water near it. Well, what is it saying the problem is? Oh, okay, there we go. So this one here was Jellyfy water, which I guess we can use to sort out problems that would kind of arise from there being too much water outside of evaporate, because I guess evaporating all the water isn't always the solution. Oh, hey, speaking of water, comes another bout of it. Damn. Well, the lava also appears to have naturally sort of screwed itself into pouring outside of the map, which is nice. I guess, if nothing else, you can win it based off of war of attrition alone, just outliving the lava, so that's nice. What was I trying to do here? I think just kind of get this wall on the right side going. And then I want dirt for over here, which I am not afraid to take from over here. Also, Jellyfy, I think I have to Jellyfy water for there, because if I don't Jellyfy this water, these guys are all going to drown. Also, evaporate. Uh-oh. Yeah, because they have a natural sort of ravine for water kind of going. Yikes. Alright, infinite earth. And then, so we now kind of have to come up with a solution for our last, oh wow, there's a lot of water going on actually. A solution for this side of things. Also, I want to evaporate just a little bit more. There we go, that should be fine. So I'm going to build a wall, and I might use dirt for it too, just because I have infinite dirt. I want this lava going to the left. Also, Jellyfy water is now safe from lava, which is good. Let me put a little bit more. I think I'm going to put some lava down by this water so that I can get rid of the water and raise the elevation just a little bit. Okay, good. So amplify the breath. And I could probably even escape off of this if I needed to. If it was going to be like a problem, like if there was an explosion right now, a lava explosion, you know, I could probably get rid of it just by leaving the map after I have this last village sorted. Because this one over here, yeah, this natural sort of little cavern that it had made was a little bit of an issue. Also, what the fuck is this guy doing? Is he like trying to get the knowledge of lava to these guys, but he can't quite get to the totem? Yeah, I really fucked up by, like, I guess putting lava and earth down on this village, honestly. Alright, so he's giving the knowledge of lava to infinite earth. I have infinite earth, which I could use to probably save this village down here if I needed to. So far, just looking kind of around, besides like these natural lava formations, it doesn't look like we might have to deal with another volcano, at least for a minute. So that's good. This village is completely engulfed in water, sort of, but at the same time, it's what keeps it sort of safe from the lava. Although now we do have repel lava. That's another thing to think about. I guess the second that village is kind of done constructing, I'm just going to leave this map. I'm not worried about like a big disaster coming, but we've spent more than enough time on this map, so they're sending out repel lava to it right now, and we're sending 5 guys to exit. So it's interesting that this map doesn't have repel water, but it's also probably nice because I feel like you could probably soft lock yourself into an even worse ravine situation here where the lava and water just kind of build a cone around your village. I would almost venture to say, just guessing, that they probably had repel water in this map in sort of a beta, but or like cut content, but they got rid of it because they sort of realized, like, I'm thinking of if you had repel water there, how much more of a headache it would make that map. And it's quite a bit. I'm glad I didn't have to restart it though. The last map, easiest of all of them, and it's kind of the coolest. So this is where the ancients ended up. This is, we've talked about them a time or the two. They're the people that came before us. And this is where they ended up. And of course, they supposedly had huge empires with the help of this breath, and they're all gone. And, you know, this here is essentially, we can construct our own totems now. Now, we can only construct 4 of them, which is fine. We have to create the land, though. So now we hold the A button. Excuse me. We hold the A button to construct totems. Let me get us kind of... There we go. Breath of the Earth. We can just put them down anywhere. And, of course, as you might expect from Breath of the Earth, it gives us access to dirt right off the bat. And I did say that there's really no way to beat this map. This is just kind of do whatever you want to in it. And what I'm going to do is put down all 4 totems and get 100% on vegetation. And I think that's fair. So we have special powers now. We can raise and lower the earth as we sort of see fit by holding Y. Y raises the earth. B lowers it. So for example, if I put B down on that island that we just put our first totem down on, and we might be in trouble anyway. Oh God, can you guys actually make it back to the back to the island? This would be a very fucking funny scenario to actually lose. I don't think I have ever lost this scenario before, but again, it would be a very funny one to be the first one that we actually lose. Nah, we're good. We got 5 people who can make it over here. I prefer to put the sand down naturally, or the dirt down naturally, because it's, as you might guess, the safest. But yeah, I honestly can't believe we choked that much already off the off the earth one. I got to be careful about that. I guess it isn't so much as big a deal like whenever you do something like all the way out here. I accidentally made a sinkhole instead of a hill, the first button that I pressed over here. Whoops. There we go. There we go. We're raising it a couple of times. And you can hold it longer for a bigger effect, but it does have a maximum sort of size to that effect. So, and you do now have like infinite of this, right? So now you can do it as much as you want. You can raise, lower the dirt, as much as you might need. I'm also going to just go ahead and raise this whole island. There we go. No longer have to worry about that. Alright, let's put down another totem. I think we're just a shade too close to that one. I'm also put down lava, put down water, put down plants, and I'll send our people over to do, I guess, lava first. It don't really matter. In the meantime, I'm putting down these other hills to spread the vegetation. You might have noticed that we got breath of plants, which is, well, not only have we not gotten breath of water and breath of lava yet either, but we haven't gotten breath of plants. It simply lets us place down vegetation. So that's kind of cool. I also apparently have hit the edge of the map. People used to do, you used to be able to see on YouTube way back in the day, not that there really ever was a day, but a long time ago, you could look and there would be people who made like cool big ass maps and then hit it with tsunamis. And I don't know, maybe I'll do that because we don't have repel water or anything. So let's get started on the next totem. All right, there's that one. And yeah, we have Breath of the Lava, as you might expect. I guess I'll show off all the breath powers. I mean, we made it to the end here and they're all pretty cool. So I'm just placing down these connectors for the vegetation. Not that it, again, really matters. So Breath of Lava, I think B, let's just actually see what B does. I don't know that B does anything for us right now. Yeah, it doesn't. So if we hold A, though, it makes a volcano, and it kind of naturally gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Of course, as you might remember, if we hold in a button for longer, it makes a way bigger volcano. So, for example, this one here I held in for quite some time. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at these two. Looks like this one's kind of... I don't know what those two are doing. I'll let them go for a bit because that's usually how they kind of operate, is just kind of let them run for a little while and then check up on them. I'm going to make a couple more hills here for the sake of our 100%ing our vegetation. Yes, we now have power of water, which I'm not going to be showcasing until the end, if it's all the same to you guys. Otherwise, we'll lose. You could, I guess, probably end up screwing yourself on this scenario accidentally, even if you didn't mean to. I think between these, I probably still need just a little bit more earth. I'm trying not to put any earth near this lava where the vegetation I plan on spreading it to, obviously, because then it would catch fire and burn all our people. Also, what the hell is the problem over here, guys? I got all the earth in the world. I don't know. This game has a nice little... I call them kind of pizza stories. Back in the day, I used to like to order a pizza and then read the Outlast video diaries. Back whenever I lived like in like a city, and there really wasn't much else to kind of do. It was like, I was just kind of bored, so I'd be like, all right, what's going on in the story of this game exactly? And I would read the video diary, or I would read the little text things and sort of figure out what was happening in that game. And this is kind of like a pizza sort of story, if that makes sense. Now we can put down plants, and I don't have any idea what you know what it is? Really simple. Oh, whoa, actually that is not what I thought it did. What the fuck? I thought it put down trees. What the hell? Hold up. Is there not one of these that just like puts down trees? Okay, that made that entirely barren. What if I just tap it? RT? No, I thought it put down trees for some reason. I'm crazy. But that's all to this map. This is considered as 100%ed as you can. You put down all 4 totems, and you 100% the vegetation, and you unlock everything that there is to be unlocked. But, of course, we got to hit all of our stuff with a tsunami. Now, that's kind of a weak tsunami. Let's see. There we go. Whoa, mama, that's a big tsunami. And then I don't think B does anything. Maybe it just like lowers the elevation of the water sort of in general. I don't know. I just hit it there and it didn't do anything. So I guess we'll just now watch this tsunami sort of destroy our shit. And then we'll get started on the challenge maps. Yeah. This volcano over here just started. Oh, look at this guy. Is he going to make it back in time? Get back to the village, buddy. Oh, boy. I don't know how much good that would have done you anyway, because that's going to just catch all of you guys. I'm interested to see how many villages it'll destroy. It should only destroy the one. Maybe this one, too, depending on if it can crest over the mountain. Nope, it wasn't able to. It broke whenever it made it so far into the shore. So, I guess that's cool. We destroyed that. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and press B to see if maybe it makes like a sinkhole or something. I noticed, oh yes, it does look like that's what it is. It's kind of like slinking away the elevation of the water. So this is kind of cool. This is honestly a really shitty, boring map now, but anyway. That was that. Let's go to the challenges. I'll see you there in just a second. Alright, so here we are in the challenge mode. And basically what these are about like 20 or 30 little challenges that we can do. And they're all different like kinds of lengths and stuff. They are generally a way shorter experience than the story mode maps, but they are still pretty fun. And I'm going to be playing through all of them. You'll notice I already have a time. This is a really old save. So the first one's fire and is considerably the easiest map. So all you have to do, because you can only interact with water, is put out the fire, and same way as we've been putting out the fire the whole game. So of course this is the challenge maps. Obviously incrementally get harder. So the first one is not very hard. This one, there are 2 maps that are exactly like this one in the challenge maps, and they're both very boring and I dislike them. So you're basically just kind of protecting these guys as they go left to right on the map. In the normal game, it's not so bad because, you're not really trying to deal with problems, but they don't group up together very well. They don't stick together very well. Also, these water spouts, the things that are releasing the water, are, they don't all release like a very little bit of water. For example, this one that's coming up releases quite a bit of water, and I think the one even after that releases even more water. So you have to do two cycles to sort of protect them from getting washed away. But it's really not a big deal. It's not like super hard or anything. It's more, this one's one of the more annoying maps than any of them, which is why I'm kind of glad to get one of them out of the way right off the bat. And it honestly, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's our 7th guy. We only have to have 5 make it, so it's really not that big a deal or anything. And these last 2 spouts have way less water than the other one, so it's not a big deal. I think you might be able to get away with just letting the water wash away without trying to interrupt the cycles of it here, just because it's so little water. And this is the 2nd challenge map. I just kind of want this last guy to get there because otherwise, well, I was going to say, it's kind of boring to just watch them try and build a village. But so you succeed whenever certain criteria are hit in the game. Also, you're not able to interact with everything in a challenge. So this one, again, for example, I can't interact with the earth, but I can interact with the water, obviously. So that's what sort of forces you into a challenge. Sometimes you have powers of breath and sometimes you don't. Next is bailout. A tsunami would be far less dangerous with no water around. So this one, bring back the musical knowledge of water. You basically send somebody up for this totem and then have them bring it back down. It's pretty simple. The only thing that you might run into issue with is if you don't send a guy up here at the very beginning and you decide to clear the water out first, he'll not make it back to the village in time. As it stands, we'll make it there with like a little bit of time to spare, but like if I only just sent it now at about 14 seconds, he would just be now making his way up the hill very, very slowly, about where our cursor is right now, and even then way slower. And this guy here, he's already on his way back, and it'll kind of make sense how little amount of time we have whenever this guy gets closer and closer. I have found that our guys move just a little bit faster in some cases, depending on elevation, or a little bit slower than the tsunami wave. If they are running if they are running in the same direction as it, you have a lot more time than if they're running side to side. Of course, that's, pretty common knowledge, but whenever you're thinking of strategies and stuff, you see how much time we had? About 3 seconds. So if I had burned like 40 seconds waiting on that, we'd have been screwed. So what this is talking about is, we obviously won this challenge, but if you want to prove it for whatever reason, you can wait for 2 minutes. I'm not going to be doing that. There's no reason to. Once I have the challenge actually beat, I'm going to consider it beat. Okay, so now we have to share the knowledge of repel water with these 2 villages before the tsunami breaks. This is really not a hard map at all. Oh, okay. Well, it helps if you go and get the water first. So we actually have a lot of breathing room as far as time is concerned on this map. These thorny trees, you can destroy them by either picking up the dirt, which is the easiest and most efficient solution, or by dropping water on them, which is kind of a whatever solution. I guess it's more annoying. I guess I could, while we're waiting, show like water's effects on these trees. I showed it in the story mode, but like you really have to flood these things with water. That's why I really don't like this. And it's a little bit easier. They basically act as vegetation. They're like scary, evil vegetation. I think we'll be fine getting the water repellent to either one of these because, yeah, it does come from this direction. It does kind of suck. I wasn't really paying attention I thought we already had the tome of water repelling, but we should be fine. Like I said, as long as we're running in the same direction as this, we'll be okay. Also, it does look like this has some water in it, so I might need to help him out just a shade there. This one is pretty easily going to make it there in time. Looks like it has plenty of time. I guess if I want to help this guy out the least little tiny bit, I could collect some water. This generally doesn't do anything. The only time that this does anything at all, collecting this water and dropping it off to the edge, is if you have like consume all and you have amplify the breath. It helps out very negligibly, but it's still like in this in the challenges, every sort of second or two counts. So yeah, if I had been a second or two later, for example, there, we would be dead right now. This challenge would be failed. But we made it through all three villages made it. So now we're on to the next challenge. This one is sort of interesting. So we have a guy up here who's about to get the Tome of Water, and he has a long trek back down all this big ass windy mountain to bring it back to the village. And if we wait on him, he'll never make it in time. The tsunami will kill us. But if we allow him to get the Tome of Repel Water, and there are two maps that play off this idea too. There are a lot of two map ideas in this game, in the challenge mode. So we just send him sort of cresting down into the valley. Now we sometimes do need a little bit of extra water, especially considering that he's like stuck on the edge here. There we go. And then he makes it down safely into this little ravine. I do notice that we're not doing fantastic on time. You know what? Let me kind of look at it from a distance. No, that's not really enough time, but he is moving slightly faster than the tsunami because he's headed in a direction that's parallel to it. I'd say this is going to be very close. As soon as we start hearing the Minecraft water drinking sound, okay. How about, yay, we made it. Cool. That one was close. Usually you're able to get him off the one water ball, but that time I wasn't able to. Okay, pump it up. Archimedes would have loved this challenge. I can't remember who Archimedes is, but this is a very interesting challenge because we can only interact with the dirt, and we have all these different little urns-ish of water. And what we're doing here is dumping the earth into the things of water so that they dump out. If you've ever heard the parable, or maybe it's a story, I heard it as a kid, so I assumed it's a kid's story, of the crow and the grate of water. The crow is very thirsty, and at the bottom of this grate there's a bunch of water, but its beak can't reach down to it, so it has to drop pebbles inside of it, and then it's able to drink because it thought of a solution. That's kind of what this is. You dump the earth inside of these things, which you can't interact with your breath. And since you have repel water, it makes a nice little natural wall of water. Right now, all we're kind of waiting on is the fire to be put out, the last of the fire. Zunilam. Challenge is well disguised as an homage to one of our main inspirations. Okay, this is a very funny map to beat because so what our guys do is share the knowledge of repel water with the other villages, but they will also die to the fire. The other villages will. That is, unless we kill this village. This is so ruthless. Reason being is because this village has repel water, and we'll stop this water from making it to... we'll stop this water from putting out this fire here. If we hadn't did repel water here, thank God. If we hadn't burned that village down, that water would not have put out that fire. And even though we killed the village, it still almost didn't put out. Alright, so this is the other map I was saying is very similar to the one that we did before, where you're protecting your people from the cascading water that falls. It's a little bit easier if you get to kind of jump and start dumping water out of this big reservoir first, but you're going to get outpaced pretty quickly by how much water is generated by these water spouts. The only, of course, real notable difference is the fact that the water can kind of come out randomly. Not like randomly as in there's no rhyme or reason to it, but like, there's no, before it was like a water spout that's on a time thing. This is like water spouts that all drain out of this big reservoir of water. And of course we have to make it back to the village in time. I might be hurting just a little bit for time just because I got a late start on this, but I guess we'll see what happens, huh? I guess I could also just be dumping them into this big reservoir of water here as well. That's way quicker for me to do, which is what I'm going to do for these. Whoops, I didn't dump all of it at once. There we go. There you go, little man. And I hear the tsunami coming. I can't really, hopefully I'm not getting screwed on the placement of the tsunami. I don't know. He's going to have to be making some pretty brisk movements if he's going to be making it there in time. Well, I don't know either. Hold up. That's still, I don't know, with the elevation and everything, this is going to be yet again another close one just because of my negligence. But yeah, this one's pretty similar to the one before, except instead of like a real time limit or anything, in the one that was before, you just had to get them there in time. Wow. Yeah, again, another second or two, and we'd have been screwed. Alrighty, so that is yet another challenge map done. On to Waterfall. Now this is, yet again, if I'm remembering right. Okay, hold up. No, this is not. I'm not thinking. Oh, yeah. I am thinking right. So this is similar to the one that we did before, but also slightly different. So we start with the shaman. We get him kind of down a little bit, the one that's going to give us repel water. And then we just drop the water on top of him. I think we'll take probably 2 or 3 waters. There we go. We'll just make sure that he makes it down to the bottom here. And we still have this one here. We have relatively plenty of time. But this is the same one as where we had that guy dive off of the top because he wouldn't have made it down in time otherwise. This is sort of because I don't think I can even interact with dirt. No, I can't. So there's really no great way for me to clear off all these thorns. And that guy made it there with plenty of time to spare. If you wanted to and you felt better about it, you could wait for him to get to the very edge of the thorns, but it's whatever. We just won this one pretty easily. So then after that, of course, we can move on to the next challenge, the Guardian Angel. 3 seconds long, huh? I can only imagine to save both villages. We can only interact with totems, right? Oh, okay, so I have to put the lava totem over here, and then, because the time that it accounts for is also the time since, like, I don't know, some moves it accounts for pretty quickly, other ones that it doesn't. So, for example, like, if you want to wait for the 2 minutes after you've completed the objective, for it to register your win, it'll cut out the extra time. This one here, the reason that it cuts out the time is because it took me like 3 or 4 seconds or whatever to put this totem down, and then everything else. So this was a challenge that was kind of won, within the first couple seconds of the match. We just kind of had to wait for time to progress, if that makes sense to you at all. If you don't care about the times, then you can kind of ignore all that, but I don't care about the times. But if you want a brief explanation on why this took me 5 seconds, supposedly, it wasn't because I hacked or something. Alright, and that is, my previous record was 2 seconds. I'm not sure where it's getting these numbers from. Maybe it was bugged, I don't know. So explosions. Oh yes, this one's actually not too hard. We just have to, so this lava's gonna drain down into our village and kill us, of course. But if we make a little breakaway first, it'll drain off to the side instead. Perfect. So that's, This one is pretty well already won. Yeah, because that lava, normally it would just cascade down until this person with repel lava comes down. But instead, we just broke off to the side. And I think, alternatively, what you can do, if you want to play it a little bit more high stakes, is you can just make this ravine deeper. But I find it way more safer, of course, to just break off a piece of the wall and have it drain out. This is what I was saying. In the story maps, there's like a lot of solutions. In the challenge maps, not so much. In this challenge map, however, though, you do have a couple of different solutions that you can kind of figure out. And so after we hear the Minecraft water sound effect, yay. And so we just won that one. And so, like, our victory is considered right then. If we want to watch for 2 minutes, it'll shave 2 minutes off our time. I don't care for that, though. So, sacrifice. Solving this challenge feels oddly like trading in for a brand new car. So this one is sort of difficult. All you have to do is live. But, so it's saying how this feels like trading in for a brand new car, right? What we're going to have to do is use all this dirt to construct us a new village. Now this one is one that takes a little bit of care and finesse, this challenge. Okay, I was just waiting on the water to reposition itself back there because I was a little bit worried that our village might be sort of in trouble as far as the placement of the... like, I'm worried that the water would rise and destroy the village, and what you absolutely don't want to do is destroy your village before you have the new one constructed. Alright, and then the next thing, of course, as you probably guess, I have to build a bridge over to this thing, which we can do with the dirt that we've been allotted. I'm going to go ahead and start building that bridge because, like the other challenges, you need to get a head start on your plan, otherwise you won't have enough time for it. I'm going to probably not destroy any more of this until the other village is actually constructed, because if you don't have any villages, then you lose this map. Alright, so go ahead and... there we go. We got the second one constructed. So this one, it doesn't really matter to me if it gets destroyed or anything. I am going to start the shaman on his little journey over this way. Oh shit, hold up. Don't come build this one. Damn it. Okay, so it's going to send some of our guys from this new village out to this old village, which is fine. I'm not too concerned about them drowning off making the attempt over there, because I'm going to have to take not only the land that this was originally built on, but I'm going to have to take the new land bridge that the first land bridge that we built and come out and get this repel water. And we're still doing okay on time. We're not like, knocking it out of the park or anything. But we're making good enough time that I'm not too concerned. Really, my primary concern is sort of whether or not, like if it'll fail us if we don't have enough people. And I'm not really worried about that. I think we're fine. So actually, this guy is making it out to here pretty well in time with me placing down the dirt. I thought he would be a little quicker than that, but I'm actually kind of satisfied with whatever kind of time that he's making right now, because this here is the last little bit that I need to place down, and then he'll make the trek back. We'll have repel water and we'll be all good. Now really this one's just about kind of waiting for him to get back with the water. I don't really care about getting 2 villages off of this one. Maybe if you felt like your own personal challenge, you could do 2 village win off this. I don't know. I prefer to beat these challenges, not to make them any harder on me than they already are. And so this is now owned by Ubisoft or Ubisoft, and I'm not sure that it was originally. I guess it probably was, but I'm not sure what the people who made this game went on to do, because they say this game was inspired by another game, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure it's on the Wikipedia page, but if the original that they based this game kind of off of, or their inspiration, is as fun as this, it might be worth playing. And if they went on to create another game that's similar to this, it might be worth playing. I'm kind of on an Xbox Live Arcade kick. I might have mentioned at the beginning of this video. I got a couple other games like the Maw, and there's like some kind of like they call it like a portal clone. I can't remember quite what it's called, but it should be coming out here before too long. So here is Gospel. I don't remember what this challenge is. So bring back musical knowledge of water. We can only use water. We can also use Jellyfy water. Okay, so I'm going to have to send for, well, first things first. I need to clear out some space so that I can even send somebody up here for repel lava. And they are coming? Yes. Okay. So also in the meantime, I'm going to let Jellyfy water build back up so that I'm able to build a path down to there. I want the full 60 seconds I'm allotted for the Jellyfy water power. Okay, there we are. And I'll start building us a little path down to here. Let me get kind of zoomed in here a little bit so I can see whether or not we're close enough to the ground whenever I'm picking up this water. And I guess realistically I could probably also just put it off to the side, because this is more about sort of chiseling the water. And I don't know, I shouldn't be concerning myself too much with whether or not you know, I put the water out of here, because if our guy gets caught in it, he's screwed either way. Alright, so now we've got, what, 23 seconds for him to make it out of there, essentially. And we got 40 seconds to make it back to the village. I don't know quite how I shaved off so much time on some of these. Because you'll notice this one only took about a minute. And going based off of the lava and stuff is going to take me about like a minute 10, minute 20. So I'm not sure quite where I'm shaving off all this time. Jellyfy water. Hopefully he makes it out of there. Yeah, he did. Just barely. And then that water spout is gonna drain down into here. That's kind of cool. This is a pretty little island. I think we'll make it back, and I'm not sure where the lava even comes from. Probably, well, I bet we're about to see. Let's see where it comes from. Oh, okay, right here. Really, probably the concern is the fire, now that I'm looking at it. And even then, I could probably just... Well, hold up. No, the lava's probably an issue too, now that I'm looking at it. Let me just go ahead and shore up this wall here. Perfect. We got the repel lava anyway. So, they'll live that one. Really, their issue right now is the water that I just poured. That'd have been funny if that made me lose the challenge. Alright, we're about halfway down this list. Next is Hell. Protect the village from fire using water only. Okay, so this one isn't too bad, provided that I could even find the water. Yes, we get 1 ball's worth of water to put out all this fire with, which isn't too bad. Basically, you just put out one side of the fire at a time, and you'll be fine. Your biggest concern on this map is actually the fire relighting itself, which, of course, I've alluded to a couple times is the pain in the ass part of that. But, hey, we did that one in half the time it took me last time. Holy moly. Now on to fluids. Unfortunately, fire does not extinguish water. I'm not sure. Bring back the musical knowledge of water. We can only use earth, and we can use amplify. Okay, so let's start by heading down to... Oh, yes, this is actually a rather fun map. First thing that you need to do is build a bridge over to repel water. And I'm going to just go ahead and top up that bridge, and that goes all the way over. Next thing that we need to do, this water, you need to direct the flow of it, because it's going to, if you just let it be, it's going to fill up this hole here, and then it's going to drain down to here. So what you need to do is build up the walls in such a way that it fills up all the holes over here, which I can kind of show a little bit better. So it's going to fill up this hole next, and if you let it, it'll fill up this basin that I just described earlier. But instead, if we fill this up all the way with dirt, it'll drain into this third one over here, and then into this fourth one, and then if you let it go, it'll drain directly onto the village. Of course, we're not going to let it go. You're just buying your little guy over here as much time as you possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and top this up here, and then I'm going to probably shore up the walls some. Let me get a little more dirt here. You got a lot of dirt to play with in this map, which is what kind of makes it fun in my opinion. didn't really like these challenges as a kid so much because I wasn't very good at them. But now that I'm a little bit older and I sort of understand, like, there is a solution to this. They didn't just make a hard map just to make a hard map, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and top up the walls sort of around as well, so that if this water starts to fill up or whatever, we'll be fine. And I'll go ahead and take dirt directly from the village. No reason not to. It makes a little bit more of a place for the water to sort of pull up into a bowl if the water happens to get over our walls. You know, if it drains into here, it's going to be here and be a pain right here in the middle. But so this guy's very nearly on his way back, so we can take a lot of this dirt that we used to build him a land bridge and some of the dirt that he needed before and go ahead and build up this wall a lot more. And as it stands, really I should be shoring up this other wall too. I guess I'll take some more dirt around to do that. And we should have the tsunami here soon as well, right? The countdown timer just elapsed, or does that mean that the water spout really just starts moving? Let me get the rest of this dirt, and I guess again I'm gonna tighten up this wall here. Now if we look at it, we aren't doing amazing actually on this wall here, but we are fine because we just got the repel water. So, yep, that water starts draining down. We had pretty well just enough time. I could have probably gotten us... I probably could have... Whoa, not 30 seconds. I was about to say 30 seconds, but probably couldn't have gotten us 30 seconds. Maybe another 10 before that would have been an issue. Next is the collapse. Oh, this is a very interesting map. This is going to be one where I have to do it and then kind of explain it. So, first things first, there's lava on this map, and we need to get it quick. We have to build a path. So I had mentioned earlier about the lava and the Y placement in this game. So if you build this bridge, it'll stay on whatever Y that you built the bridge on. But you have to do it before the dirt falls away. Otherwise, it won't stay on that elevation. So we're building over to this village, and then I need to kind of tighten up the bridge that we made a little bit more. It makes a little bit more sense. Hold up, let me get these guys actually going over here. I don't kind of like to do it at the beginning because they have the potential to get onto this dirt and then like fall in. So if they come in, they'll take the most optimal path, which is like, you know, it would be in the water right now and I'd have like 5 drowning pops. Anyway, so what I was saying, yes, you'll notice that these walls are up very high even though I just placed this down. Hold up. Am I missing something here? No, they're repathing. My bad. They're just repathing. It's kind of a little bit cheesy. It's something I didn't really understand. Whoa. I'm trying not to burn my pops, but the water's getting a little high there. It's something I didn't really understand until... Okay, hold up. Do I even have... Yeah, I got 7 guys there, and they're kind of hung up a little bit. Okay, I need... dirt, which I can't use. Well, this kind of blows. Can you guys like maybe repath a shade, or can I give you like a little more land to play with? Let me think, because they are hung up. I have a little bit of time to play with here. What if I like kind of shore up the upcoming spot a little bit? Surely that's enough for you guys. There you go. Yep, they're back on the path. I knew that the answer there wasn't just like restarting whole turkey, at least for right now. Okay, so that land is a little bit low now that the water is kind of equalized. So let me raise it just a shade. I don't normally even have this much of an issue with this map. I guess that's why they gave you so much time. You'll notice my time that I got originally is much less than whatever this took, and that's because my guys just made a straight beeline for the exit pretty much, or the winning part of this map. And I think we might be good. What path are they taking? Because they're just kind of disappearing. Nah, they're fine. Okay. Also, now that the water is settled, the water isn't like nearly biting at the napes of my my bridge either. Also, it looks like there might be somebody under the water. How many people do I have going? Because they'll send 7. Yeah, I don't know. This happens in 1 or 2 maps, I think, where it just looks like there's some dude that's under the water, but whatever. This map is pretty well beat. Yeah, I've been on an Xbox Live Arcade sort of, not like binge or anything, like I bought every single game, but I've been looking at some like older games. Dead Pixel also looks pretty good, which I originally saw on the Xbox Live Arcade. I'd already mentioned The Maw, which is like this thing where you're running around with this purple monster that absorbs stuff that it eats. That kind of looks cool. I'm more or less just playing with the lava while we wait for the totem to get built. I always liked this game. I did beat the story as a kid, which is kind of surprising given how difficult some of the later maps are. I also would like to do Viva Pinata, and I've got an old ass version of Windows Viva Pinata, but I'm not sure that it's going to work with Windows 11. Also, speaking of Xbox classics, I have Sonic Heroes, which I understand is not necessarily like an Xbox IP or something that was exclusive to the Xbox, but I'm excited to play that because I had it on Xbox. So this one's going to take 4 minutes. Save all the villages from the tsunami. Breath capacity Earth only. Amplify and infinite Earth. This one actually kind of fun. You have to live for 4 minutes, and you have to get the you have to protect all these villages by building giant earth walls. This is one that you have to start on immediately, like these earth wall or these walls of earth here. Now, you have, 2 villages? I thought there were 3 for some reason. So this will let me see which direction the tsunami comes from, because it does hit us from 2 different directions, I think. Is it from, let's see, looks like it's going to come from this way, which is just fine. You do also have to be pretty diligent of like, there are like about 4 places that you need to shore up, and we've shored up, this will be the second one. This will be the third one that I'm kind of working on now, and I'm only starting to work on the third one instead of finishing up the second one a bit out of necessity, because if I hadn't closed up that hole, we'd be in trouble. This one here, I might even still end up in trouble anyway. The initial break of the wave, or like the initial burst of the wave, is really kind of what gives you trouble anyway. I'll tell you what I could sort of do. I'm just trying to, well, you know what I'll do. Let's just go ahead and finish shoring up these walls, and then if I have enough extra time, because the walls are the important part, as you might of course gather. Let me put this wall up quite a bit. I guess this is the 4th wall. I kind of neglected a little bit because it didn't look like it was going to give me trouble off the initial wave, and that water is going to continue to come in. The other wave, I believe, comes from this direction, and we'll have to build up this wall here especially high too. So let's go ahead and get that built. Again, this is one that you have to survive for about 4 minutes. This is going to be an extra girthy wall, I guess. We got about, I don't know, 10 seconds, well, yeah, or so, left before the next tsunami hits. And for the next tsunami, yeah, it's coming from this direction. I need to shore this wall up like bad, and the one right next to it too. Otherwise, our people are surely going to drown. Let me get this up real high. Let me do it till it's about 7 seconds. There we go. That one's good. And let me shore up this wall. And the other thing I want to do, let's just go ahead and make our village a little bit higher just in case. Just in case. Same way with this one over here. Just in case. That water is breaking there. But I did raise this village up, so they should be fine. This one here will have enough time for the infinite earth and amplify the breath to sort of take care of it. There we go. Hey, look at that. Now we've got so much more room to deal with. And this is, again, another one of those maps where you can choose to do it one of a couple different ways. I don't even think that there's another tsunami that hits. I think we just have to live with our consequences for another 40 seconds. Honestly, this village kind of looks even prettier than it did before, because this out here is probably salt water, and this in here could be like fresh water. And you could pretend like this is a lake. And that's that. I guess I'm just playing with my imagination at that point. And the vegetation has overtaken almost the entirety of the island, except for where the latest tsunami crashed on the shore. And that is yet another challenge map completely done. I guess I could just run around and put some dirt on stuff. It don't really matter. Give us something to do. I love the infinite powers. I love where you're directly fighting with the elements. That's also really fun. Alright, ditch. Tactics from the Middle Age can sometimes prove to be quite useful in a primitive and imaginary world. I remember what you do to beat this one, sort of. And I don't remember why it works like that. But we have to build a vertical ditch towards this fire. And I don't remember, again, why it works like that, but it does. So I think it's okay, the first thing that it does is, like, herds the fire all in one place, but then it also herds the water all in one place. I don't think... it shouldn't make it very wide. I know that. I think, honestly, this should be it, because my first inclination was to build the fire horizontally, side to side, and then I guess I'll just get rid of these, or move these other explodey ones back, just in case I, need to. And again, I don't think you can move the water bulb trees, but I don't know that I would want to necessarily anyway. I'm just moving these explodey ones back, just to be very, careful. I don't want it to get fucked up, the explodey trees, by the water trees, if you catch my drift. Fuck, I already got one exploded tree fucked up. I don't want, like, water to pool down there whenever it should pool in the ditch instead. So the fire will get near to the bulbs, and then hopefully drop the water down, into this middle area. Oh no, that can't be good, huh? Let me kind of move this explodey one off to the side. Wow, this is really bad, actually. I think we just lost this one. I'll probably have to show me actually winning this one. Well, hold up. There's another bulb there. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Alright, this time I built a little bit more of a cross, had like 3/4 of a cross. I don't think this one will do much better, but I do want to see kind of what maybe I'm goofing up here. So that should explode and make the divots even bigger, I would think. And let me put this... Yeah, that's not doing it either. Shit. Okay, let me try another strategy. Alright, this time I have a little bit of an even more different strategy I'm sort of trying. Which is... So, I've got water, and I've got this fire and the explodey trees all around it. And I'm hoping the explodey trees all blow up. Oh, they killed my people. Fuck. Alright, this one I'm a lot more confident in the answer. So I think it's going to trigger both of the bulbs, right? And then it should pull once the fire hits where that those explodey trees were. But fuck. Man, this is what I hate about the expanding fucking fire. Oh my god, you're kidding. Okay, one sec. Alright, this strategy I'm calling the Oppenheimer. I don't think it'll work, but I'm very interested to see what happens. I've got all the exploding trees in one place, so let's see what comes of this. I think they'll go all over the place. Okay, well, in a manner of speaking. Okay. And, yeah, I really don't think the way the fire spreads, how liberally it spreads, I think we're kind of fucked off that, but... Alright, just kind of wanted to see what might happen. Alright, so we built vertically once, and I want to build horizontally to maybe see if the way that I did it just didn't work the one time, but I built from bulb to kind of see what happens. I think the fire spreads too quick for the, fire spreads too quick for the way that the water kind of works. So, like, yeah, the water isn't going to spread fast enough and the fire comes up. Okay, I have an alternate strategy I want to try next. Alright, so this is probably my most unconventional strategy yet. What I've decided to do is build a row kind of around our village of... Wow, this is really stupid, and I don't think it's going to work, but I want the water to flood in from the sea, and I think that will... God damn it, look, that almost worked, except for a little bit of fire that made it up here. Shit. Okay, let's give it another crack. Alright, a much smaller, much more simple strategy. We're going with an advanced ditch strategy that I call the Y. I guess it looks more like a jack, but... It still don't. I think just the way that the fucking fire works so awkwardly and the fire spreads. That's what's giving me trouble. That is not a good strategy. What I just did, but it worked. And I guess sometimes that's all that matters. Plumbers know sometimes takes brute force to stop a leak. I could only imagine. Earth only, power of breath, amplify, and infinite earth. What does it want me to do? Oh, okay. Well, this is pretty cut and dry, I guess. I just am going to have to do this on either side. I guess first I should maybe work on raising my villages so they don't immediately succumb to the water. And I guess we're now waiting another 15 seconds on my infinite earth and amplified breath to come back. Honestly, this is probably fine. Besides a couple of people who keep drowning, but this looks like the only thing I'm sort of worried about is if that water gets any bigger, but that's fine because I'm gonna get these villages up even a little bit higher. So, really, I think this is fine. I'm also going to build a little thing here that'll hopefully help flow the water away instead of allowing it to pull up between the two villages. I don't think we could sustain this for too much longer, but I think that this is fine. I could probably do another minute with infinite earth and amplify breath. Alright, next, migration. There are some things you just can't protect yourself against. So the very last map is pretty much the only thing I'm concerned about. I guess this here I should be building over... hold up. What I'm meaning to say is I should be building over this direction. I do need to go ahead and try and place the village there before we get too much water in it. I guess that's fine. The issue that ends up coming in this map is that there is literally a volcano right underneath of us. So we need to move over here. The repel water is kind of not giving me a ton of trouble here, but it's hard for me to tell how my land is actually kind of doing. I also want to just generally raise that village over there up, and I don't want to accidentally flood this village or our new village, because that seems like something I could rather easily do. This one I barely beat in time the last time that I played it. Like, it came down to seconds. I'm hoping, of course, that doesn't happen again, but the way that like repel water and raising your village kind of works, the actual raising of the village itself is sort of a newish strategy by me. Before, I don't think I bothered to raise the village necessarily. What I just did was, oh wow, one guy actually got through. What the fuck? I just raised the people instead of the village itself. So. Also trying not to accidentally drown anybody. That's kind of another working problem that I have here. I'm going to wait for another amplified breath, and then, yeah, I'm going to take from these other sand places so that I don't have to worry so much about our new place that we'll be at. And again, this is all just to avoid some lava, some volcano thing. There we go. That's the thing that makes lava, isn't it? I also am having a little bit of trouble, evidently. Wow. Sorry. I'm getting kind of a little bit screwed here. So our guys are climbing this, and it looks like they're sort of pathing their way there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got plenty of people. So I wouldn't want to mess with this path anymore for the concern that it would fuck their AI up as they're traveling to this. So about moving this village is definitely the move. I guess also what you can do here, which I'm going to do just as soon as this other village is actually established, is I'm going to break this wall here so that the water comes in and continues to protect us from the lava, if that kind of makes sense. Just like a village surrounded by water. The difference between these two, where they're placed at, is this is literally directly right on top of the volcano. This here, we've got some breathing room with at least... Oh, I guess I should probably refrain from doing that until I actually have the village placed. I'm also sort of concerned about whenever the volcano comes, having vegetation that's going to be here and kind of screw us a little bit as well. But this water ought to, like, kind of cutting us off from the volcano as a whole. Well, rip to those immigrating villagers, but so now we can kind of look. I imagine that this is safe enough. We would really have to eat it here for this to not work. I guess what I could also do is sort of like completely shore up the edges of our side, where we're just completely surrounded by water. Then we'll be entirely safe, I would think. There we go. So we're completely surrounded by water. These people are kind of not doing very well. Oh god, I'm trying to focus this guy. Let's see what his play is. Maybe he'll at least outrun the lava. You got 15 seconds. Okay, well, you might just make it, actually. Well, not if you head towards the lava. Oh god, this guy is... Oh, he's frozen in fear. Or this woman's frozen in fear. God help her. Alright, well, we made it. What was that one? Migration? Nitro, spilling the beans is your quickest way to defeat. What? I can only imagine. Okay, we can move trees only, protect the village. I imagine I want to... Okay, hold up. I do actually know what I need to do. I need to break these vats open so that they spread water over this fire. Namely, our village, though, is where the water needs to go. So, I guess I could probably move these exploding trees. I only put them there, just as kind of like a secondary thing in case the initial fire didn't really take off. Or the initial explosions here didn't really take off. Hopefully that does it. I don't know. It's a little slow moving. We need to kind of go on quicker than that. Okay, hold up. Nope, that's not going to be enough. It's way too slow moving. All right, let's give that one another crack real quick, actually. I should be able to do this one pretty well off the cuff because it's so short. I think what I might want to do, the way that I build it, is sort of like break down, like do a bit more of a focus on the actual destruction of these pools of water. That way it's kind of quicker. I don't know that that'll actually help because we still have... So that's going to break. And I don't think that's quite enough. I don't know. Let's see what the fire does actually real quick. This is a bit of a different design. So that breaks, and that water is still very, very, very slow. Okay, yeah, it pulling probably isn't the move. Let me think about this one for just a second. Let's do one more before I do any cuts. Okay, so what if instead I have this water go really quickly and I build like a ditch for it and everything? I know it says spilling the beans early is the quickest way to lose this map, but I remember thinking like, that's a little misleading because I just won by spilling the beans early. I think this should be fine. Let's see what happens actually. Okay, so the water comes kind of slowly. This right side is actually an issue. Actually, the whole thing is an issue. Alright, let me cut until I have an actual strategy developed here. Alright, this one, yet again, a little bit different. I'm using these kind of like a fuse, and then I want the water to kind of flow in, and I'm hoping that the additional time is kind of what's might help here. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's kind of getting the job done. Yeah, I used the exploding trees as a kind of fuse so that it blew up the middle of them earlier, and that appears to have been what worked. Alright, quicksand. So this is another one of those maps where I kind of have to do it and then explain it for the exact same reason that I had to do the last challenge, do it and then explain it. So we have to build a circle around these guys because they're about to drop. Like it's quicksand, it says, right? So we have to build a big old circle around these guys, and you can't light any of your trees on fire. So I have to restart this one already. And you'll kind of understand here in just a second. This is sort of what makes this map so hard, is this big circle that you have to build and you can't light any of your trees or the vegetation on fire. Otherwise, you will lose. And actually, I'm kind of on the fast track to losing already because I have not built this wall kind of close enough. Yeah, that isn't going to be good. As soon as that crashes, that's actually going to be rather bad. The backside actually ended up pretty damn good, which is surprising. Hold up. I don't think we can win this, just the nature of this level. Yeah. Okay, let's give it another shot here real quick before I wholly restart, before I cut. And I'm not sure that I'm explaining this very well. So again, it's a Y-axis with the lava, where you have to build a big sort of circle around. And my issue so far seems to be that I'm like letting off of the button, which is kind of building the wall thicker rather than what I need it to be. Like, I don't need it to be thick. I need it to be tall, and I'm kind of wasting my time not focusing that. That is still not good. I need a little bit more lava to shore up this back wall. Okay, well, that's just about as good as things kind of get around here. I'm going to fix up this wall a little bit. Yeah, that's horrific. As soon as either of these walls, start taking in water, we're kind of dead. Yeah, I can't get this wall up nearly high enough in time. Damn. Okay, I just need like one good drawing segment and then I'll be right back. Okay, honestly, this one is going to be close, if nothing else, because I got the walls kind of up. And it does, the only thing I'm going to do, I want to go ahead and get a bunch of lava ready in case there's any walls that are sort of lacking, but it almost kind of looks like a heart if you look at it from this direction, sort of. Reason that we can't have fire in here, obviously, is because, well, our village would burn. Otherwise, excuse me, the inside, is safe from the elements. That would be water and lava. Of course, not for very long. They also don't have anything to eat in here, but it's kind of whatever. Yeah, this map was like really hard. I have no idea what I was supposed to do, and I literally just started doing random things. My thought the first time that I ever did this for real, I was like, I don't want to do this with a guide. I don't want to do it with a guide no matter what. Okay, so we are... it's called Atlantis, and we keep moving our village to these different land masses because the previous one will get lost in a sinkhole. And I'm going to show you a sort of strategy for this map that you can really apply after you get your first totem sort of built. Okay, good. It's built. So go ahead and just start building off to the east where you think the next raise will be, because these are going to keep raising and lowering, and the bigger jump that you can get on it, you're basically like working for the entirety of this map. You're doing the same thing kind of over and over and over again. And, the earth is going to rise to the east. And you'll want to have a bridge kind of constructed, especially towards the later parts, because you'll notice the sinkhole time, that timer that's not the basic timer up in the top right, is the amount of time that you have until it'll sink, your village will sink, and it's also it gets shorter and shorter as the time goes on. So again, I'm just kind of building land bridges for the next mass that we'll need. I wish it gave you infinite breath, but or not infinite breath, but amplified breath, but I 200% understand why it doesn't. It does get easier and harder at the same time the closer that you get to this big land basin that we're headed for. I don't think that's the word. Big land mass that we're headed for. Sorry. I get to flex my lack of usually it's geography knowledge. Now it's geology knowledge. Yeah, the end goal, of course, is that we're building towards, this, big landmass, and we just hit this one there, so I can go ahead, and again, you'll notice the first time that we did this, we had about a minute, then we had about 55 seconds, now we have, about 50 or 40 or so, and this is one that you absolutely have to have done by the time that by the time that your counter is done. And I'm going to save you from making a fatal mistake here too. Do not like try to do anything fancy, put your totem at the top or something. You want to take your totem and put it as close to the shore as you can. Otherwise, you will not make it in time. Another thing that will sort of help: keep your eye on this village once you get the landmass built so that you can move it as soon as you're able to. So of course you can't move it up until the top left. You actually see that it's an established village, which usually comes as soon as the previous sinkhole sinks. Yep, just go ahead and put it as close to the shore as you're able to, because we only have about 40 seconds, and you're going to need, every second of it. And this here, if it would make you feel better after your villagers have left to go construct the new one, this will buy you a second or two whenever the land eventually starts sinking. Just if you're struggling with Atlantis, I don't know that you would or whatever, but this is just like a kind of more comfortable way to, again, if you're having trouble with it and you need another second or two, this is the most optimal way to do it. We should make it here pretty well in time. It like does not give you a lot of time to breathe, but this here, yep, it would start sinking. And I guess we have some people that are on the sides here, but this other village is established, and in 1-0, we just won. Yay. Alright, so we can start irony. A moving plea for cooperation among peoples. I don't say both villages. We can use lava only. Alright, I believe... Oh yes, this one's actually rather funny. What we do is build lava land bridges between the two. We also want to go ahead and burn this middle tree. Reason being, there's going to be a lava and a tsunami hit, or like I think it's the water spouts actually. And whenever they do hit, hold up, I might have to actually construct these more elaborate ones. Now that I'm looking at it, there we go. The ones that actually get built on the y-axis instead, because we got some. Actually, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Hold up. Okay, we're still building. We're still fine. We just don't have any real time at all. We got about 2 seconds before the disasters are going to hit on either side. Basically, this side has water knowledge but no fire. The other side has fire knowledge but no water, and both of these disasters are about to hit at the same time. So it's called irony because, each side has, the knowledge that would save them from one, but not both of them. This side, that one's going to be a closey. I'm trying to catch the lava. All right, they both learned it. So that's cool. I want to kind of watch this one, actually. You can see the tsunami crashing onto the shore. You can also see we've got this village down here. They're both repelling the lava and the water, so they're entirely safe from all this shit. And that's a pretty cool map. Drill. After this challenge, you will make the perfect Dutchman. This one actually sort of interesting. So we can move water and earth, and we have the power of engulf all. First thing that you want to do, build a sort of cauldron to catch, to keep out water. And this is one that this is one where I kind of have to do it and then explain it afterwards. Why? We need knowledge of water, right? Well, the knowledge of water is at the bottom of this pool. I have no idea what a Dutchman is. I've heard of the Flying Dutchman, but I don't know what a Dutchman is. I've also heard of, I guess, Davy Jones's Locker, which I think is in Flying Dutchman's ship. Another thing that you want to do is engulf just about 2/3 of this before you send a guy down. Otherwise, he'll take a very long and convoluted path down to get this knowledge of water. And you're draining all this water. You can hear it kind of sucking. Probably not over my voice, actually, but like I said, get it down to about 2/3 of the way. Let's get a little bit more so that I make sure that he pass. Because this guy, if you're not careful, he'll try and path down this back way. And it almost looks like that's what he's still trying to do. So I'm canceling him, restarting him. Come on, man. I don't want you to path all the way back down this stupid ass way. I want you to path down the actual way to do it. There we go. So another thing that can sort of happen in this map, which is sort of interesting, is I'm going to be using Engulf All to buy us just a little bit of time from the tsunami. I said that Engulf All and Amplify Breath is kind of the combo you need, but Engulf All still can help. You can see we have a long ways on this tsunami, which is good because this guy is still not even learned whatever it is that, or the repel water yet. He's only just now starting his way back. If you have him go up the back way, he like can't path down because of the water, and he'll have to go all the way back around. So that's why I say I guess you probably should wait until it's almost all drained, not even just 2/3 of it. Wow, I thought I would have to use Engulf All, and I did the last time I played this map, but it doesn't appear that I have to this time. He actually made really good time down and back, so that is cool. That's this map once again beaten. We don't have very many maps left to go, I noticed. The last map is the hardest one. Sunken Secret. This challenge is reserved for infrastructure engineering graduates. I do not remember this one, but at 3.5 minutes, it's probably complicated. Save the village from the tsunami. We can only move earth and vegetation. Amplify the breath. Ah, I do sort of remember this one. Okay, so let's say I head for this. We just need the knowledge of earth, right? Well, let me amplify the earth first. Oh, yeah, because this one kind of like browbeats you into wanting to spread the vegetation so that it, spread vegetation so that it like pops this water, but you don't actually have to do that, and I'll show you why. So let's get a bunch of amplify this breath. You do kind of want to, like get the water so that it flows out this way, which I'm gonna do, of course. Let's just get some more earth from this side of things. Yeah, so we're building up that there. I'm collecting as much of this dirt as possible. I'm going to show you an alternate way, because again, it keeps trying to browbeat you into like, oh, make the water flow out this here. It's so much better. No. I'm going to show you a way more optimal way of doing this. So next, you'll need a bridge connecting these two pieces of land, and again, you've got plenty of earth with which to do it. This map, surprisingly enough, actually gives you plenty of earth to do just about like whatever you want with it. There's Amplify the breath. There we are. So with this here, that's enough space for the guy to go over and get repel water. I need just a shade more of earth to construct this bridge here. All right, there we go. I think that guy has actually went and got himself stuck. So somehow he's managed to do that, and hopefully that land settles and he actually is able to, yeah, he's making his way over there now. So yeah, we build 2 land bridges, one to this formation, and then one from that formation out to the actual stone itself. Get the water to go out the side way, and you'll be just fine. Again, it wants you to like build vegetation and pop this, and I don't know, a whole bunch of fucking complicated shit that you don't really actually have to do. Your hint is that you can move vegetation, I guess. I don't really know why you would ever want to, but it's there as an option if you want to complicate things. I assume you would. Oh wait, hold up. Okay, so I don't have that quite finished, which is okay, because he's already there. The only thing we have to do is like kind of shore him up a little bit more land. Oh, there you go. There's surely plenty of land. And we'll just wait for that to settle. We still have plenty of time before the tsunami even tries to make an approach. So, okay. Will you please try to get the repel water if you don't mind? There we go. He's learning it. I am actually starting to get a little bit concerned about time, but we should still be fine. I imagine by the time the water would even start hitting anything, he'll be like right here. Let's see where the tsunami's coming from. Oh my goodness, we have all the time in the world. Look at where that's coming from. Yeah, he can outrun that pretty easily. And yeah, that's pretty well all to this one. I guess if you want to do it in even more record time, just make sure that you actually have your stone shored up correctly. Otherwise, you are good to go. This has been a pretty easy map. Holy moly, this is a big tsunami. Holy shit. That's probably been the biggest one yet. Or maybe just this land is really low to the ground, or really low to the bottom y-axis. Anyway, that is this map beaten. Time to move on to the next challenge map, which is the Trees of Water. The person who created this challenge is a domino fan who ran out of dominoes. I forget what this map is, but I remember it being funny. Earth only. Okay. Oh, yes, this is a very fun map, actually. So what you want to do is to build walls around your village. And the water that comes down is a ton of water. So you really want to, like, don't skimp on the first wall, you know. The biggest wall. Now, I think around the sides. Now we're good off the sides, actually. So we have two issues here. We have water and fire. Now this gets resolved very similar to how water and fire usually get resolved in this game, and that's by combining the two and sort of building a wall around yourself, either with dirt or water. This one, of course, we're building with water. I also think I might have a little bit of an issue sort of going here where the water won't be retained enough to kill the fire, which has me a little bit of concern. I'm also kind of cutting off... Oh, goodness. Oh, our village died? Really? Okay, 1 second. Alright, that initial wave is really no joke, he said while not heeding his own advice. I think this one will be fine, and even if it isn't, I'll just put some more dirt down on the village. It's not looking awesome. Are you kidding me? Alright, this time we did a kind of best of all worlds, and I focused on everything this time. The only thing that's gonna probably kind of screw us is this vegetation still catching fire. Basically, you're like kind of want to stamp out the ability for the fire to spread, but that's easier said than, you know, done, of course, as usual. There we go. We just put out all the fire by dumping earth on top of it. Deadly Crossing. If this challenge reminds you of a vacation in Colorado, again, you're extremely lucky to be alive to play this game. Oh, this one actually not a very hard challenge, but if you're not prepared for it, or you aren't really understanding it, you might have trouble with it. So first thing that I do is I build up a little bit of so that the pressure is kind of higher. Now what you don't want to do, pressure being that, like, make the hole smaller so that there's more pressure on the hole around it, on the bridge as a whole. Again, but don't build up so much pressure that you know, the water is coming over the edge. The next thing that I like to do, let's go ahead and kind of shore this wall up just a shade because I'm a little bit concerned. All right, so we send our villagers over here, and once they get to, well, let's build them a little bit more, because if you build the bridge wholesale, it's obviously just going to destroy the sort of whole thing. I also don't know. I'm sort of thinking this maybe had to do with a bridge that collapsed in Colorado, because he says vacation to Colorado, but I don't actually know the context. And again, you probably already see the solution to this one. You just like make the explodey tree do explodey tree things. I'm going to make this gap even a little bit bigger. And then you just shore up the left side. You know, you want to be careful, of course, as usual, not to hurt your guys with the lava, because we've only got 5 guys. So I'm trying my best not to get them hurt by the... try my best not to, like, because they just love being near right near the edge where the lava is going to be. And then I said that I want to alleviate the pressure some, so I'm going to blow that up. There we go. This map is pretty well all about pressure. I did it apparently in 2 minutes the last time. I'm trying to just, like, before I bother building the bridge, I want to, like, get some of the pressure off of this side. There we go. Don't drown my guys. I'll be really upset if you drown my guys. There we go. It all went to the right side, and they all seem to be fine. I guess the other thing that... Oh, wait. Oh, thank God that's the explodey tree. Alright. Let me get this explodey tree out of the way. There we are. Hopefully they'll sort of repath themselves. Maybe if I... Oh shit, I actually might see the beginning of a problem here. They are on a very, very fucking awkward ledge. Holy shit. Uh-oh. I might be able to fix it. Hold up. I don't know about that. Oh, I can pick up dirt. Whew. Alright, that's the answer I needed. Which is good. Which, it's very good that we discovered that, because that guy there is in the water. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, big uh-oh. Because he is well on his way to drowning. Now, all of them are on their way to drowning. Holy shit, that was actually really close. Yeah, and this water is still kind of trickling into this basin, but it doesn't look like it has enough pressure to really hurt us too bad. Ooh, thank God. That one's actually ended up being a lot more complicated than it had to be. I did this last one in 2 minutes. That one probably became an issue because I made the pressure too high on the left, and then I also built the bridge really shittily. But hey, it worked out because we still won. These 5 guys just built us a new, beautiful village. I also, for fun, after this, kind of sometimes like building a bridge here, finishing it out, and watching the water roll over all of it. But it's whatever. Not that big a deal. Alright, so we beat that challenge. 2 more to go. Fire is blind and no dogs to help out. Wagons of fire. I have no clue what this one is. Bring the knowledge of fire back to the village. We can only use water and Jellyfy water. Oh, this fucking map blows, dude. Okay. So we basically are manipulating these trees and the fire around them. This map is rather difficult because we can't move these bulbs. So again, we're just manipulating the fire. As soon as it looks like these would get over to pop these bulbs, I really can only guide you through how I beat this map. So I Jellyfy the water first, and I also go ahead and open up this little path so that the vegetation spreads down here. So almost all of the fire will get taken out. Almost all of it, though. Of course, because fire's a bit of a bastard, though. Some of it still stays in. Do not drop Jellyfy water here. I made that mistake, but it destroys this little path that you have built for your vegetation. And what you're trying to do is pop this vegetation over here. Now, you aren't going to be able to do all this in one Jellyfy water. So you have to drop Jellyfy water. I don't think you even have enough time between when this fire spreads over here, because what you're doing is you want this fire to spread and pop this. Hold up. I don't think I want to do that just yet. Just yet. We're looking for Jellyfy water to finish building. I don't think it's going to finish building in time for us, though. Hold up. I'll push it a couple times and we'll see what happens. I don't think we have. Yeah. So this is fine. I know my sort of stuttering isn't really probably instilling a lot of faith in me. There we go. The way that the fire spreads, it spread over to this island successfully. Now we need 2 more paths. First one going through this little cavern here. We need vegetation to spread so that the fire spreads through this valley. I think let's make it a little bit wider. Okay. And we're going to have just barely enough time, and the only way we're going to have that time is actually if we start building the other parting of the seas here so that we can get the vegetation rolling. I really don't even think that that's enough time. Damn. And the fire still went out. Okay, that's sort of still okay because we still have time. Well, actually, that's not great now that I'm looking at it in all its glory. I guess we could go ahead and dump out the rest of this water that's in here to keep that from being a problem here soon. Because what we're waiting on is another wave of fire. Okay. I think we'll probably end up failing this one because we have to get the knowledge of repel lava and fire, but I don't think we're going to get it quick enough to let us win this one. Well, I don't know either, actually. Hold up, because this fire is going to spread, and it does so very painstakingly slowly. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to, because this water is actually going to put this fire out, right? Yep, okay. So I'll be back whenever I actually have a more agreeable fire pattern. All right, I did this one very, very similar and also a little bit different. I want to retain, excuse me, I want to retain my time on Gelify water, so I'm draining this one by hand. I don't think that's going to supremely help things out, especially considering that I already have another bulb that's ready with water. I just think the way that this kind of water is going, hold up, let me build a little bridge here. I don't think this is going to be hardly enough, the way that this vegetation and stuff is sort of spreading. But sometimes the way that the fire just kind of sticks around, you don't always know either. I think, well, hold up, the fire's still kind of hanging in there a very little bit. Oh wow, if this actually works, I'd be rather surprised. The way that the fire is burning, we are going to at least have a fighting chance. Yep, so we can at least build the little second parting of the waves here. I know this isn't really like a supremely like awesome guide for this game, just because it kind of involves like a little bit of jank. Like normally, like if you wanted a pretty good guide on like how to win this sort of challenge, wow, actually this still isn't even really that good because the fire already went out. Shoot. Okay, well, let's stop the Gelify water and see sort of what happens. This here is a kind of an oasis for fire in an ironic sort of turn of events. Alright, I am an absolute idiot, and I just thought of an amazing strategy, and it's still sort of stupid. So you can fill these trees past their breaking point, which I'm going to go ahead and fill these ones past their breaking point. The only reason you should even have to use Gelify water is not to stop the trees from popping, the bulb trees, but to build these paths. So, like for example, over there, those bulb trees are popped. Now I don't have to worry about the fire spreading towards them. So this is a little bit more of a reliable strategy, I guess. I'm trying to get the 2 points of vegetation to connect, and I'm also going to drain the rest of this of water real quick. I don't think I'm going to be able to drain all of it, but I want to drain a lot of it in preparation for building the land bridge between the 2 pieces of vegetation on the east. This is also really nice because if need would be, I still have time to like if I get totally screwed on this, I still have another wave of fire that I can use that's like coming right now. So I still think we're going to be fine. I just need to drain this as quickly as I can. Also, yeah, those little bulb trees are kind of screwing me just a bit, but it's fine. I think we're all right. I have just about got all the water is drained. Let me try and get this little parting of the seas going here. I don't think that this is going to go very well, but I don't know either. The vegetation has been a little bit off and on this challenge on being extremely friendly and extremely screwing me. Okay, so the vegetation did catch fire. Look, we're well on the way to winning this one. All we have to do, I'm going to let the water go back to normal, is let that blow up and then keep our village from just entirely catching on fire. All right. And off of that, we are actually good. I'm actually going to beat this by well above my last par time. We just send this guy over to get repel fire and lava. I think this is a similar issue where like inside of this volcano there is this is the active volcano, so this blows up, catches this island over here on fire. You can't really fight it with the water well enough. I actually think I don't know, I'm just gonna pop these bulbs again. I just kind of want something to do while I'm waiting on that guy to finish getting back to the village. Put this fire out. Of course, we don't want no fire on this map. This would be a sort of hard game in multiplayer, I think, to get 2 people to cooperate at once. Oh my god, it's hard enough to get both my hands to cooperate on a controller at once. I couldn't imagine 4 hands with 2 brains. But I guess they made something like Portal 2 work out, so... I guess, well, that is a physics puzzle, albeit in a different way. It's not a god physics puzzle. Alright, so we beat our last record by a whole minute. This challenge here is the hardest challenge, and I do kind of remember the strategy. So this whole thing is falling apart beneath you. We can interact with everything. Earth, water, lava, all 3 villages have to survive. We do have the power of infinite earth. I only vaguely remember how to win this one, but I do know we have to build that village up first. I'm going to go ahead and spread this dirt all around. There we are. This is not doing me a world of good, but you'll see sort of why this is sort of needed in just a second. Also, I don't want repel water just yet, even though we do need it very soon. I don't want it just yet. So I want this village up here to be constructed. Now we can send people out for, 1, to construct the next village, 2, for repel water and repel fire. Again, this whole village is this whole island is collapsing, and then we have a fucking tsunami to deal with, and it's just a huge mess. The other thing I need to do is build a land bridge where this crevice sort of is or was, so that they can get up to this totem at the top easier. The only power we have, as you probably have noticed, is infinite earth. Hopefully that's the only one that we'll need, but we'll have to see. I guess also I do see I have the ability to blow up some trees. I'm questioning sort of why I would want to blow up certain ones. I guess let's blow this one up and see what happens. Yeah, I was worried about that, but good thing we have a little bit of water around to get rid of the fire. Uh-oh. Don't get hung up on the... Don't get hung up. Okay, so we have water repellent over here. That's good. And hopefully they'll share it to this other village soon. I do remember I needed to move another village, but I can't remember why. That's not good. I also want to start raising this village. I think the reason... Well, hold up. If they can make it up there like that... Hopefully that continues to work. No, don't go this way. Don't go this way, guys. I need you headed up. I can't remember why this didn't work the last time I did it, but it didn't. Also, this land bridge is not kind of working correctly. That needs the repel water like you wouldn't believe. I also think it needs repel lava. All of these need all of these things to live. All these villages need all the repels to live and win. Oh wow, if he does not get over here very quickly, we are screwed. Hopefully that gives him enough of what he needs to get in there. Wow, that just keeps sinking. I need more infinite earth to continue building a bridge up to here so that I can get my repel water and repel lava guy up there. I think what I can also do, if all else entirely fails, I can build a big fucking land bridge between the 2 places. I also think what I might do, and this is kind of goofy, I think I can get the fire guy in there by just booping him in with water. Trying to... There we go. Just get down, buddy. This is a little finicky. This is not even close to a good strategy for this, but whatever at this point, really. I'm trying to get him nudged in just a bit. It's not working, by the way. I need to spread the knowledge of fire and water up to this other place as well. Trying not to get this guy fucking burned by the lava that he's standing precariously near. Can we please grab the lava? Thank you. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, and that just sunk entirely. Alright, well that's that's a big problem. I think I've successfully screwed myself. Oh yeah, and then a tsunami. Let's throw a tsunami on top of it. I think I need to reposition my villages a little bit better. I think I've screwed it by not placing my villages well enough. So I'll see you guys back here in just a second, because that tsunami is going to eat this village. Alright, the notable difference between the last one and this one is I moved the village to the left instead of just straight up. And I think this time it's going to work out. Unfortunately, these people back at the other thing are kind of screwed, but not a lot I can do about that. Well, not a lot I'm willing to do about that, rather. Well, it actually looks like they're going to make their way up here. Sending people out for repel water and fire, which is going to be a lot more in my favor this time, because the villages are all sort of closer together, which is good. And whenever they are not, which is whenever the land drops, I'm able to... whenever they're not, I can land bridge over to it with the infinite earth. Like these guys already have repel lava, and repel water should be coming shortly. I actually did remember how I moved this village here too. I want to move it a little bit to the left whenever I get an opportunity. Well, hold up, not yet. I think what I'm going to do, let me drop this, go have these guys construct this village, and then whenever it's constructed, I'll move this other village in front of it. I don't know. I know I need a different strategy. This repel water, repel fire guys are going right here. We have these guys headed up this mountain. This other place looks like it was getting destroyed by water, but just for a second as the repel water kicked in. I'm building up this sort of land bridge again already. I think this becomes more useful as the land sort of evens out a little bit or becomes more measured. This place is doing good. I just need this village constructed very quickly so that I can share the secrets of repel water and repel fire with them. But this drops very quickly as well, so that kind of makes things difficult. Maybe I don't move the second village. I don't know. Now I'm kind of wondering about that even. I guess we'll see once this other village drops some more. Yeah, because this is getting out of the ability to move anyway. I think I just need a reliable bridge going up to it that's more direct than over here. Also, this fire is spreading, and I don't need that right now, among other things. We have an issue here. This village does not have a way for me to send people to share the knowledge of repel water, repel fire. Let me just build it up a little bit for these guys. I still don't think that quite does it for us. In fact, that guy is kind of caught on a wave. I can give him a little bit of breathing room. There he goes. He's on land. I'd much rather have the guy who gives repel water, though. There you go, buddy. Get on over there. How about you? There comes the tsunami. That's bad in about a million different ways. I can survive the tsunami. I guess I can't really survive the tsunami with the fire at the same time, which will make more sense whenever we fail this challenge here in just a second, I guess. Trying to get these damn villagers up. Oh boy. Well, not having repel water is like a massive problem in the face of everything. Let me just build a little wall here, maybe. Okay, so that breaks the... Oh god, and it also is starting a fire for some reason. Yeah, that guy is not... He ain't making it there. Oh boy. And now he's caught in the fucking... He's caught in a whirlpool between the two repel waters. Yeah, he is long lost. I guess I'll be back here whenever I come up with a winning strategy, because this is about to sink into the... Well, hold up. If it has repel lava, I don't... You know what? Let's just see what happens. I'm very interested to see, because this water is going to fuck us, I'm pretty sure. among other things. The lava is a huge concern, don't get me wrong, but the water, well, yeah, okay. It's Jover. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so a little bit of a different strategy I'm employing here. I am moving this village, firstly, so that it kind of blocks the initial tsunami wave, but that's not why I'm doing it, just so that you understand the placement of where it's at and stuff. I also apparently have guys going up to build this village as well. The reason that I moved this village is so that I have a more accessible path for a reliable delivery of the repel fire and repel water. So this place, for example, just collapsed. These guys will be fine and have a pretty much straight shot to deliver repel fire and repel water up here. And I mean, that's really just about the next best strategy I have, because this place keeps sinking. I guess, granted, this place also just sunk a bunch too, but I still think we're fine. As soon as this village is established, you know, I anticipate we'll see 2 guys ready to deliver the secrets of repel fire, repel water. And I think this is the way you're actually supposed to do it strategy. So yeah, it looks like they're preparing the 2 guys now. We got one with fire, one with water. We should be seeing the tsunami before too long too. I guess this is probably the much better way to do it. This place, thank God, has not dropped another centimeter, which I guess is probably not really a concern in the face of this wave here, but it actually took quite a bit for this wave to land. These guys should make it here, just in time, and even if they don't, as you noticed, we can just put down some infinite earth and survive this, this wave. So, yeah. That's, I think this challenge is pretty well beat, because all it takes is just delivering the fire and water. And then, of course, I'm going to let it play out for a second, because you probably want to see how, yeah, that just dropped. That's completely out of the question to deliver anything from now. And I'm going to go ahead and put some little bit of dirt up here, just so that we don't get wiped out by stupid-ass top of the tsunami or anything. Yep, we just delivered both of them. And like I said, I want to see this drop down. Whenever it drops down into the lava, which might be a little bit more, well, actually it'll be a lot less noticeable, because this volcano, while it's still spewing out a bunch, it's all going to the left now. Alright, let's see this bad mammoth gem I actually drop. How about it? Because that's cool to me. Actually, it may not drop just because of the nature that we completed the challenge. And if that is the case, oh nope, here it goes. Alright, so it drops just a little bit. Oh, well, the exploding trees. Well, that can't be helped. And then, yep, sinks all the way to the bottom. Man, to be in that village right now. What a nightmare. And, yeah, that is the challenge beaten, I guess. And that is that. I kind of handled this game a bit like a freight train and made it to the end very quickly. Well, relatively. I know this was a longer Let's Play, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This is an all-time classic game that I enjoyed from Dust. It is available on Steam. I'm not going to link it because it's not that hard to find. But yeah, had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Play. This is about as 100% as it gets. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Later.